That's a 1, 2. That's a 1, 2.
Testing. folks, we are at the coin tossed, and we're not hearing what they're saying here. That mic is not audible at this time, but we'll we'll tell you shortly who would have won the toss and what the team will be doing. As a matter of fact, we're going to be having the USA Stars. They're coming up against the Westindies Stars. The match would have been pushed back from 1:30 to 2 o'clock. That's because we started off the first match a little late. There was a presentation, opening ceremony this morning, where they would have acknowledged a few of the hierarchies. So, folks, we're going to be ready in say about 10 minutes or so for game number 2. So we're going to ask you to stand by for that.
don't like this, man.
Watch U.S. Open Cricket live from Central Broward Regional Park, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on MAC TV. Let's play cricket.
US, this is US Open Cricket. US, this is US Open Cricket. US, this is US Open Cricket. Ball in the wicket, baby, this is cricket.
USA Cricket Academy. Open 7 days a week. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. No age limit. At Mock Cricket Stadium, Delray Beach, Florida.
Westindies! That's right! We are the champion, 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 champion. Turn it up to the top, it's time to jump up, people, are you ready? Windies in the land of put up your hand, it's time to party. All the people in the front, come find your body. We are Westindies, Westindies, everybody. Sing! We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. You're full of energy, you must can breathe. Fling up your hand, them jump to your feet. The party make the vibes complete. Caribbean, so we dance in the street. Party stand, wave your hand. Make me see you every woman and man. Jump up, jump up, jump up. Everybody, make me see you wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We are party from the daylight. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Everybody, let me see you unite. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hear not 'cause the vibes is right. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We are the Westindies. 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 Westindies bring unity to the Caribbean. We rally round each other, and that alone make us strong. One goal in mind, we lose or draw. We all play as one. If you're proud of your country, never see you put up your hand. Barbados, we got it. St. Vincent, we got it. St. Kitts, we got it. Trinbago, we got it. Jamaica, Guyana, St. Lucia, Antigua, Dominica, Grenada. We are the
We on there? Yes. Well, welcome back as we continue our coverage of the Legends World Cup. We're here for match number 2, and at this present time,
we have the West Indies coming up against the United States, the host. United States winning the toss and deciding to bat first. Captain Makorishi winning the toss. And Zamin Amin, the captain of the West Indies team. You can see him out there just having a discussion with the umpire Venkat. And they are both happy. Amin saying that he would have loved to have bowled first. And Qureshi wanted to bat. So all's well, that ends well. Let me welcome back to the commentary position, Ivor Henry.
Yes, and good afternoon. And I hope you've been fed up like the Africans would say. You're full to the stomach. Okay, so how was lunch?
Had a quick lunch there, Ivor. And we're now ready for the afternoon action. The time here is 2 o'clock. So we're getting off a bit early, which is good.
Okay, well, you should have slated for 1:30, I think. But then because of the presentation opening ceremony this morning, things were pushed back half an hour. But it's going to still be the full 20 overs. So umpires in the ready position, signals are up. And they're on the attack. 2 slips a gully.
Yep, it's going to be Qureshi. And he plays this away down to short mid-wicket. A few exploratory steps down the track. Looking to see if he gets off the mark. But he can't. So as I was saying, a very attacking field. Typical West Indian. 2 slips a gully, backward point. There is a cover point, a mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a backward square. So it's going to be Hutchinson as he continues to Qureshi. Down the leg side, a lovely take by the wicketkeeper. And it's signal wide.
Yeah, that one was pitched outside the legs and going further away. And in goalkeeper fashion, wicketkeeper was spread an eagle and he prevented 4 wides.
Bringing back the glory days of Jeffrey Dujon.
Yes, and well, his glory days, we say, old Jackie Hendricks.
Hutchinson is in again, and this is driven through the covers, runs here, and just 1. So that's a Qureshi off the mark. The score is now 1 without loss. And you can see Qureshi hitting that one on the run, and he seems to be showing urgency. His play will be to normally knock it around and get his eyes in. And Naveed Ahmed is opening the batting with him.
Yes, of course, like I said, an attacking field, wicketkeeper standing back, keeping company, 2 slips a gully. It looks good. It looks like cricket. Remember those good old umbrella fields? Yep. Yes, the 4-pound. Would we ever get back the glory days in the West Indies?
Well, there are a number great fast bowlers, I think. Well, I don't want to use the word great, really. But very promising fast bowlers coming through at the moment. You still have the old veteran Kemar Roach. This is short. Naveed looks a pull. The ball not coming on. Of course, the track is a bit slow. Yeah, back to the West Indies cricket. So we have young Jaden Seals, very impressive from Trinidad and Tobago, just into the scene, and he has already shown his worth. We have Alzari Joseph and O'Shane Thomas. These guys bowl at a pretty decent clip. Anderson Phillip, another one to join Shannon Gabriel and Kemar Roach.
Yes, indeed. So the quartet looks good there. And when you can see that Alzawi Joseph is finding it difficulty getting into the West Indies team, you know, the stock looks good.
Way outside the off stump, allowed to go by.
So like I said, West Indies being represented here in this legend competition, that's a good sign.
Of course, you can't have cricket in the United States with international countries playing and not the West Indies. That's unheard of. This delivery just rushing down the leg side a bit, and Ahmed again having problems adjusting to the pace of the track.
Yeah, that's a good quick first over. And Hutchinson, he reminds me of that bowler there from the Windward Islands there that just played the 2020. He plays
Kendrick Williams.
Kendrick Williams. Yes, similar action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you know your stuff.
Sometimes.
Okay.
So, Zamin Amin is having a word with his bowler. He's going to take up the attack here now from the southern end. So this is great. This tournament.
matches per day. I know easy peasy for you. Not those 1 o'clock in the mornings.
4 matches a day for US Open, eh? However, that's a marathon.
Don't you mind you?
Well, you're also caught in that. I mean, you're
Yes, caught in the storm.
of that as well. Matches like that is when you need energy drinks. So Hamad Malik apparently is a batsman who has opened with Qureshi, and it's Joseph Buffon who's going to take up the attack off spinner. He's in the Qureshi, who just pushes it back along the track. There is no run. I want to say good afternoon and a good night to all of yours in Trinidad and Tobago, where this match is being shown as the Westindies team looks to make an impression. The Westindies legends here. Played away again on the offside. There is no run.
Well, still attacking with a slip, although they're open from this. They come box end with spin outside the off stump.
Well, the umpire not signaling that as a wide. So he's probably just within the line, the guideline. Gracie slashes square. A bit of a misfield down there at short third man. Gets him a single. Qureshi prides himself as an opening batsman. And a fast bowler as well.
Well, Mark has the record at his ground for the most not outs, I can tell you that.
I guess you can't give him out on his own ground.
Oh, that's what it is. I'll have a talk with him. Should I call your name?
This time, this one rushes on to Malik. Not looking as accomplished there at this point in time.
That's what we call it, a bunt.
Malik, I'll tell you something about Malik. That's Dr. Malik, Ahmad Malik. He actually played for Lahore back in Pakistan, and this is a lovely shot. He played it very late indeed. Excellent shot on that occasion there by Dr. Malik. He was actually the captain of Wasim Akram in the early days of Wasim Akram playing in Pakistan.
Yes, okay. I'm going to bring something to your attention and I'll pass it on from an umpire standpoint. At the end of the over, I heard you queried why the umpire is unmoved. Well, it's the new norm. Someone has to stay to guard the pitch. So you'll find that now in international cricket. You'll see at the end of the over, he'll call over and he'll stay and wait for the square leg to come on up. When he gets there, then he can move on down. Because if both of you are walking away, you can have the champion of the pitch behind the bat. So
I bow to superior knowledge. As this is Dr. Malik looking to work this again on the onside, struck on the pad, and I take your point. Hutchinson has a nice high arm action similar to that of Keswick Williams.
yes.
Yeah, at 76, your eyes are still very good. Sorry, it's at 67.
No ball.
That's a no ball, so a free hit coming up now for Dr. Malik.
So that circular motion above the head just been signaled in. It simply means that the fielders cannot move from their position because the batters did not cross.
Malik advances, and that one he misses all, ends up into the gloves of the wicket keeper. So this is the third over, 5 without loss. Mark Qureshi and Hamad Malik opening the batting.
I was about to say he swung at that one and he hit something, but yes, he did hit air, but it doesn't count.
This time Malik again advancing down the track, just looking to get off the mark. In fact, he did. He's on 1 of 10 deliveries. I'll tell you something, if he gets going, he's pretty easy on the eyes. I saw him at the BRCC bat a couple of times, Malik. Outside the outside, he cuts it away. That's a good shot. It's going to run away into the boundary for 4. He seems to be very strong in that area. And it was a bit uppish, though, past gully and into the boundary for 4. So that takes the score to 9.
Quick hands. I think he was too quick for the gully fielder. By the time the gully fielder would have moved to his left, the ball would have long gone past him. He threw the kitchen sink at that one.
Yes, skipper Zamin Amin not being able to hold on to that one.
It would have been like a hot potato.
Down the leg side, signal wide by the umpire. Umpires dressed resplendently in red. Reminds me of the color of the scarlet ibis back in Trinidad and Tobago. And this is Malik spooning this one in the air. He's out court. The Westindies have struck. And Hamad Malik is out court at mid-off of the bowling of Hutchinson. And the USA are now 10-1.
Yes, easy peasy as you like. And like we said, they're attacking. Of course, we're in the first 6 overs of the power play, in which you'll have fielders within the 30-yard circle. But this time he was trying to go over and beyond the mid-off, but he can get it no further than the mid-off within the 30-yard circle, who took an easy peasy, easy simple catch. First wicket's down. The US Stars have lost their first wicket. Earlier in the day, they would have won the toss, elected to bat, so they're trying to set a target, but the first wicket would have gone down. He's made 5 from 11 deliveries. He played a lovely cut shot that went for 4, but he perished in the same over. US Stars, captained by Matt Qureshi, and he's from the top of the inning trying to set a target and trying to do well for himself. We have to say all kudos to Qureshi, instrumental in cricket being played at this very same ground. It's gone above and beyond the call of duty, and for that we are very grateful. But it's so nice to see the Westindies colors on display.
I was about to say that. Doesn't it look brilliant? You know, I was actually about to just take up the mic to ask you that, Ivor. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yes, for real. I mean, move the faces, move whatever it is. Just let's look at the colors, and it seems as if we're really, really looking at the Westindies out there. I don't know how these guys playing for Westindies and cannot pride that maroon cap. Cannot just pride the colors. That alone make you feel like, ooh, I'm telling you, I feel good.
I'll tell you something though. Those guys are representing the Westindies out there at the moment. I was speaking to them before the start of the match, and you can feel the pride. They're telling me that they're focused on Thursday because they know that they have a date in the finals.
In the finals, okay.
Yeah, representing the maroon, the favored maroon, whipped away. Lovely shot indeed by Anwar Ahmad for 4. A bad line on that occasion would have been a brilliant line to a right-hander, but Hutchinson just straying a bit, and with a relative ease, it's flicked away for 4 by Anwar Ahmad. Yep. So, as Ivor said, and I'm seeing exactly what you said, my friend. The new rule in international cricket is one umpire stays until the other comes up, so the pitch remains protected, the integrity of the pitch remains intact, and that is excellent. I after knowing Ivor for the last 9 or 10 years, I've finally learned something from him.
You learned my age too.
Yes, 67, sorry. Soon to be 69. So it's going to be Buffon to continue from the southern end at the Central Broward Regional Park. Delivery down the leg side, looking to whip it around the corner. There is Qureshi, and he gets 1. So it's very hot out there. Of course, we
make some height though, isn't it?
Yep, it did.
Qureshi was on the back foot trying to pull it away. So.
Qureshi is a short chap, so a lot of balls will make height on him.
In the roof cage. We thought, for a moment he was keeping it low, you know.
I love the look of Anwar Ahmad though. I've seen him just play one shot and I liked it.
Lovely.
Yeah, he
Yes.
waited on the ball, didn't rush, allowed the ball to come on to him and was able to clip it down behind square for 4.
Exactly. Although it's 2020, he played a proper cricketing shot with all timing.
I'd like to say good night to everyone in Trinidad and Tobago viewing this on multicultural television, MCTV. They're taking this feed live as well, Iva. So they're hearing you in all of Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, Trinidad and Tobago, I always say the best carnival I visited Trinidad in that year, 1977. I love the shot again. Oh, glorious.
Oh, what a shot. Just driving off the back foot through the covers. Shots like that, Ivor Henry, I'll normally leave the venue and pay and come back in. What a shot.
Exactly. I'm still waiting to hear what Waddy Lodman would have had to say about that. He's the official scorer. So,
well, with this broadcast going to Trinidad and Tobago, it's probably a good time to welcome everyone on behalf of Roddy Lalman from Central Trinidad. And oh, that's a magnificent shot through the offside for 6. Where did they get Anwar Ahmad from? Delivery outside the off stump. He just lifted it. He got underneath that one and drove it imperiously down to long off for 6. That's the first 6 of the Legends World Cup.
and it's a big one. It would have been a 6 on any ground.
Yeah.
Because it went way beyond the boundary ropes. I'd say that was about an 80 yard. And it was inside out.
And it was going still. I think he was going to George Roti shop with that one to bring back the doubles for you, Ivor.
The doubles that. I think I'm going to win you the doubles because I said they're going to be more dots than doubles.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a good shot. And now they've pushed back the man down here. But, of course, if you're going to hit him over the ropes, it doesn't matter if he stands on the rope.
Good comeback there on that occasion by Alta, Salim Sattar, in fact, who is bowling at the moment. Sammy gets back and pulls it away. True mid-wicket for 4. Ahmad is really lighting up the place here at the Legends World Cup. He has taken the USA to 29 for 1 after 4 overs. And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more comments from Ivor Henry.
I'm telling you, he's drowning in honey there. That one was badly lined. He was down the leg side and going further down the leg side. And, you're in a power play. We still have another 2 overs to go. And anything that's offline, from the very first delivery he would have faced, he showed that he means business.
15 runs in that over. And the current run rate is 7.3. What a shot from Anwar Ahmad. What a player he seems to be. Muhammad Qureshi, the calming influence, is on the other end. And at this point in time, the score is 29 for the loss of 1. The Westindies looking to pull this back early. I think Sattar, with that 1 over for 15, might not be seeing the ball very soon. There's a bowling change at the northern end with Vijay Sivanarayan taking up the attack. And I think Mahindra Nagamutu, the former West Indies leg spinner, needs to be back, needs to get into the attack very early.
Well, what I can say, I know it's cause for concern because when you can score on both sides of the wicket, we saw a lovely inside-out shot for 6 and then into the onside. It's worries for the fielding team.
Definitely shows that he's a 360 player. He can play all around the park. I'm sure Rajesh Sharma is happy he's not bowling there, as well as Zishan Qureshi.
Yes, well, the partnership is going. It's out of 19 so far.
Did I ever give you the story behind Rajesh Sharma? I will give you it very soon. Let's look at this delivery from Deonarine. Comes in on bowls outside the off stump and pushed away by Qureshi down the short third man. Rajesh Sharma was good enough to be in the Kolkata Knight Riders setup. And, had he continued, there would have been some problems with Sunil Narayan to break in there. It might have been all Rajesh Sharma. A rock star is Rajesh Sharma.
Oh,
This time Qureshi's in problems and he was going for what was a non-existent single.
It was the non-striker's call. So where was he going? I think that Qureshi owns this ground too, based on what you would have said. You can't get him out on his ground.
You can't give him out in Boca. That's his ground.
Well, look at it here.
And this time he drives pleasantly. Again, he's looking for a single. It's not there. So Qureshi's getting into his game here. Someone needs to call him on the phone, though, and let him know he's not a youngster, as he's trying to run non-existent singles.
I think he's playing Tipper Ball 1.
Yes, he would have played in the dusty streets of Karachi as an under-19 player. He's now back on the cross, plays it back on the onside. And, of course, he did play cricket in Pakistan in the youth days alongside guys like Anwar Malik, Javed Miandad, and all of these guys. Of course, he did bring Javed Miandad to this country in 2008. This is played away down to short third man. There is no run. And he did bring him here in 2008. And his son, Zishan Qureshi, created some sort of record here in America as the youngest cricketer to have played a serious cricket match at the age of 8. He played for Pakistan with Javed Miandad against India with Muhammad Azharuddin. Played away again by Qureshi. What Qureshi needs to understand here is that he just needs to drop it and run, because the field is very deep.
Well, he has realized maiden.
Yep.
And he should not be frustrated. Most of the running that he wanted to do, those deliveries were the non-striker's call. So I don't know why he's getting frustrated. He's not going to give his wicket away, apart from trying to get one out. But
he has shown urgency, though, Ivor, from ball 1, when he pushed into cover and ran a single. So he has shown urgency, and Qureshi is not going to play reckless shots. So he's looking to maximize with the singles.
you think Qureshi would have called for the lights? Because we are on the bright sun in South Florida. It's hot. I even saw you taking off your coat halfway out, as it was really hot, but now we're on the lights.
I was actually taking out my coat halfway across the field because the fans here were clapping me, they wanted to see how chiseled my body is. So I was actually taking the coat off to appease the fans.
Oh, I was wondering if it was because you were hot.
A hot number?
I thought you were a hot number.
That's Rajesh Sharma. So Zamin Amin is into the attack now, the former United States player. He's now playing for the Westindies in the Legends tournament. Here he is. And this is again, Ahmed drives nicely into the gap. And he and Qureshi will complete 2. So 31 for the loss of 1 at the moment. The USA stands. Just to give you details of the game earlier on today, where Pakistan lost to India.
No, I'm going to tell you, that was a good shot. You might say it was a bit uppish, but if he would have played it along the ground, he would not have got anything for it. So he placed it.
This time he's down the track. He's looking to power this one. And gets a single. So Zamin, the former US captain, looks very fit. He's now going to go, it seems as if he's going to go around the wicket to young Qureshi. The Legends tournament, I want to say good afternoon to Brian Jody, the manager of this team. True or wrong is Amin, and Qureshi drives, runs here for him. He's probably looking to go back for 2, but not today, as he settles for 1.
Well, the electronic scoreboard in the park is up and ready to go, so the cricketers wouldn't be guessing, as the first match, when it came to a conclusion, they had to stay and wait for 30 seconds to find out if the match was officially over.
Well, the scoreboard is up and running, as you said. That's lovely indeed. Qureshi making things happen. He has gotten the lights on in the midday sun, and he has the scoreboard working.
No excuse, right?
Is this the BRCC? This time Ahmad advances, and the slowness of that delivery checks the shot. End of the over, at the end of the power play. Ivor, 33 for 1, your thoughts?
Yes, well, they would have won the toss and decided that they're going to set a target. They've only lost 1 wicket, following in the fashion of the first inning of the day's play when they would have only lost 1 wicket, but for some 28 runs. So they've done a few runs better, 5 runs better. So Croatia is on to 4 from 14, but Ahmad is 21 from 11. So Croatia should not be bothered by that. I mean, the wheels are turning. He's still there, and he too can hit a long ball. He's on strike. So on outside, he's off stump. He's punching, but he's going straight to point. And again, he advances. I guess he's getting frustrated. I want to know why he can't get runs, and the ball is coming off the bat.
Yeah, he's hitting them nicely, he's timing them, but the field is deep. So Zamin finally knows a thing or two about Kurishi. If you can get it to the offside or go to the boundary, Zamin's back, and that's the idea. Just taking the pace off the ball, and he gets the single now, gets off strike, and brings Ahmed on the strike.
Must have heard your coach say you're hitting the ball too hard. The guys are back on the 30-yard circle, and you're trying to hit it as hard as you could to them. The ball is getting to them in a hurry. There's no way you're going to run. This time he would have just played with soft hands.
So Steven Ryan continues. Let's look at Ahmed. He has 21 of just 11 deliveries.
Oh, and that lovely 6. And then he swiveled on the back foot in the same over for 4. That was a good over.
15 came in it.
Yes. So 15 of his 21 runs came from that over.
Thrown around is Steven Ryan and Ahmed.
Croatia is well wide over there. I mean, he's almost out of the eye line of the striker. Oh, this time he's
around the shop. He was looking to heave this over mid-wicket. It kept a bit low, and it crashes into his stump. So a nice little cameo there from Anwar Ahmad. 21 of 12 deliveries. The USA Stars lose their second wicket against the Westindies. They are 34 for 2.
yeah, he played all around that one. Again, you should be looking to play straight down the ground. More often than not, you're playing across. You're going to miss. Sometimes you just get an edge onto your stump. Maybe, like you described a shot this morning, you get the French cut and all that good stuff. So you've got to learn to just play straight, especially if a wicket is not playing true or playing with a bounce. You have got to reach out and play down the line, playing the V, as they would say. But he perished. He was knocked over. But
You need a black one? You? Black? Yeah. Which one? You or the one?
34 for the loss of 2 wickets. Again, we want to say we're here at the Broward County Stadium, and we're going to be here until Thursday when the curtain comes down, the grand finale. And Vinod has already said that the Westindies Stars has booked their way into the finals on Thursday. But either way, they will be playing on Thursday, whether it's for the 3rd spot or first or second.
Well, I'm supposed to tell my good friend Jody that all teams are still involved on Thursday. That's a good one, Ivor, because there's a 3rd place playoff.
Okay.
Just now you would have noticed one of the guys running out there serving 12-man duties today is the former mayor of Morrisville, North Carolina, Mark Stoneman, who was on commentary with us earlier on today. And of course, Mark is an avid cricketer, a lover of the game, and a Native American.
Yes, and he graced us with his presence last year for the US Open here, and we did interviews and all the good stuff with him, and we represented very well. That time he was the mayor himself, but once you're a mayor, you're always a mayor.
Yep.
Yeah, so I still refer to him as Mayor Mark.
I always refer to you as the mayor of Basseterre, and that will never change.
Okay, I'll take that. Good old Basseterre.
Yes. And the good mayor corrects me with the pronunciation. So here it is now, and this one is Anthony Sahadeo. He's the new player joining Kurishi, 34 for 2. The last The power play has ended. They were 33 for the loss of 1 at the end of the power play. Sahadio misses outside the off stump.
So I'm going to say you're going to have to start looking at the square leg at the end of the over now for your cue. If you're looking at the standing umpire, you might be still thinking that the over is not done. So you're in training now for that.
Well, I got caught with that. I want to thank you, Ivor, for pointing that out to me. I really got caught with that. Given all the COVID restraints and stuff, I haven't commentated at a live game for quite a while. I missed the entire CPL for the very first time this year. It was played in your country. And, of course, I could not travel there. And I was not at the last U.S. Open that you just spoke about as well last December. I also missed out on the USA Nationals Mach T10.
So you have to catch up. Catch up.
Is it a case of... Have you ever heard someone made their debut for the second time?
But they say better than the first time.
So
I've heard that.
Qureshi's there now, and it's a big backlift, a lovely shot indeed for 4. With the clinical precision, he was able to pass the onside field with long on and the fielder at cow corner. And what a shot. You could have seen him winding up with that huge backlift, Brian Lara type backlift. And it came down with the power. So he goes on to 9-38 for 2.
Well, he decides to take over now. He's been there from the top of the inning. It's going after him outside the off stump. And it's good to see Sadio. While I was doing some administrative duties for the USA, he too was a part of the administration in the Southeast region.
Lovely. Qureshi drives, hitting this one. It's a bump ball. And you can see him getting anxious. So 9 of 19. 38 for 2.
Chris has caught some field changings.
Changes his shot. So this is an intelligent bowling there by Zaminami. And he held that one back. He knows that Qureshi's on the go. And Qureshi was able to adjust at the last moment.
And intelligent batting as well.
Yep. Yeah, he is now. We drive through the offside. Runs here for him. It's going to go down to a wide-ish long off. And all he'll get is 1. In fact, they're going to come back for 2. So this is good running by Sahade. He pushes Qureshi, who is charging down the track. And that's 2 more. So the score is 40 for 2. And the young man Qureshi goes into the double figures. Now he's on 11.
Well, 40, we're into the 40s. 40 days, 40 nights. I'm telling you, Qureshi had to put the wheels on there, even though he was going to the far end. And again, intelligent batting. I think the only thing I have to say with Qureshi, the judging of the singles in the offside is...
End of the over. The latest score here at the Central Broward Regional Park. The USA Stars are 40 for 2, more from Ivor Henry.
And that's a good over. 10 runs coming from it. And in that over, a lovely shot down to the cow corner from Mac Qureshi. And he decides he's going to up the ante. He himself has gone into double figures. 11 from 22. And he put a price on his wicket. He prides himself batting long innings. And you can see him at times, especially when Sean Qureshi would out foolishly in his estimation. He would be chastising
Foolishly, you
him.
say?
That's what he would say. That's dumb shot.
Well, it's Sahadio punches it down to point, and it's a misfield. They're going to take 1, and Mark Qureshi will have to put on the wheels again as they turn, and they go back for 2. So the score is now 42 for 2. And at the moment, these two guys are creating some sort of platform for what should be a later launch.
Well, this time that was a relaxing 2. Because the fielder, he conceded it too early, so there was no need to get the wheels turning any faster than they would have done.
This is another quick single. So Sahadeo is giving Qureshi a workout here at the moment. Sahadeo is coming back for 2. Qureshi turns his back on him. He's had enough. 43 for 2. So Sahadeo is on 3. I like the urgency that he's showing. Qureshi is on 11 of 22. That's a strike rate of 50%. And these two are looking to battle the USA into a position where they can challenge and post a score that will apply some sort of scoreboard pressure to the West Indies. We haven't seen Mahendra Nagamutu just yet, which is strange. Siona Ryan. Qureshi again looking for that single. It's not there. This time it's one peels off the edge, and the mere fact that Qureshi didn't time that one well allowed him the chance of a single, Ivor.
Yes, he was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to get past the infield because the lone man in the offside is way out of the long off boundary. He was trying to go over the cover, an extra cover, but he peeled off the outside edge, and it took pace off of the ball, so we were able to scamper through for the single.
I want to thank Zishon Qureshi for the coffee that came after lunch. The boys in the com box, they say they're going to kindly ask Sophie and Kamar to retire, as Qureshi is spoiling the boys here in the com box. Pushed away on the offside. That's one more. The surprising thing is I haven't seen Mark Qureshi call for water. He's been out there for all of 9 overs.
Well, maybe he had coffee. Never know. Or he would have had one of those drinks that been, the like
energy
good
drinks.
Wine, like good wine.
The T20 energy drinks. The Beamer.
Those energy are like good wine.
And the bouncer, yes. The bowling bouncers there, Ivor. Pushed away on the onside. There is no run. It's the end of the over. It's the end of over number 9. The score 45 for 2 at Central Broward Regional Park.
So a boundary away from 50. 45 it is. And Qureshi's into double figures, 12 from 25. And like we say, Shadio is the engine at this time, pushing him. So he just have to navigate through the waters, right?
And Anthony Sahadeo. Zamin Amin is going to continue now to bowl from the southern end, the southern or the media center end.
We're still on the lights, so I think...
What has caused that, though? Okay, the timer seems to be off time. This is whipped away around the corner. Runs here. They take 1. They're going to go back for 2. So, Sadio and Qureshi, 2 busybodies out there. Rajesh Sharma continues to eat. He has had lunch about 3 times. Are they using legends umpires? Sharma has something very strong in that coffee.
I should say in the cup. If it's coffee, then you're saying he has coffee.
And what a shot. Straight down the ground. As straight as an arrow. They take 1. Qureshi comes in the strike. 1 more to Sahadeo. And he's under the watchful eyes of Zubir, who is guarding him.
Yes, I beg to differ. he has something in his cup and you do not know if it is coffee.
Yes, well, seems to be blowing. You don't blow cold drinks.
It's something dark, and I can tell you there's a lot of
You know,
energy drinks.
Speaking about cold, though, Ivor, remember earlier on today I told you about a situation in Trinidad where there's a tremendous heat wave that may take the temperatures up to the region of 41 degrees Celsius, and on the edge there
Yes.
from Qureshi, they call it a calculated edge, and he's going to go back for 2, and that's the 50. The 50 is up for the USA Stars, 50 for 2. Remember I was telling you about a situation in Trinidad where the temperatures may rise to 41 degrees Celsius. Someone just sent me a video clip, the weatherman Jonathan Mora from MCTV, and hail is falling now in Trinidad.
Hail.
What is this world getting to, Ivor?
In Trinidad
In Trinidad.
at this time.
Yeah.
Even global warming.
It's happening, brother. It's
It
happening.
is happening.
It is happening.
It is happening.
Yep. Zaminamin, throwing around. The Qureshi, he advances down the track and powers this down to a wide-ish long off. And that's 1. That's all they're going to get. Qureshi is going to lose a lot of pounds in this weather. He has lost 25 pounds in the last month, he tells me.
Yes. We're guaranteed to lose at least 7 in this inning.
That's 32. His son Zishon has lost 45 in 2 weeks.
And so he's looking to lose another. Oh, up in the air.
This is Sahade, and he should be out court. Yes, he is. He's out court. Sahade looking to pull this one over mid wicket. It took the top edge, went in the air, brought down Hale into the gloves of the wicket keeper. And that's the 3rd wicket for the West Indian boys. The score is now 51 for 3 after more thoughts from Ivor Henry. We will take a break at the midway stage.
Yes, indeed. Well, they've got to 51 for 2. We have one legal delivery left to complete the 10th over, but they're taking a strategic break at this time. And the young man was really pushing Qureshi in terms of the singles. And it's sad to see him go at this time because they had a partnership of it's not on the board. It went away, but they did push Qureshi there. It was in the teens, the partnership. So at one stage, it seemed as if they were going to really push on because Qureshi started opening up, and as we speak, you would have turned the lights off.
Westindies. Sure. We are the Westindies. That's right. We are the Westindies. Turn it up to the top. It's time to jump up. People, are you ready? Windies in the land, just put up your hand. It's time to party. All the people in the front, in the front. Come wind your body. We are Westindies, everybody.
They gon' like this, man.
Watch U.S. Open Cricket live from Central Broward Regional Park, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on Mac TV. Let's play cricket.
US, this is US Open Cricket. US, this is US Open Cricket. US, this is US Open Cricket. Ball in the wicket, baby, this is cricket.
USA Cricket Academy. Open 7 days a week. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. No age limit. At Mock Cricket Stadium, Delray Beach, Florida.
That's right. you must can breathe. Fling up your hand, them jump to your feet. The party make the vibes complete. Caribbean, so we dance in the street. Party stand, wave your hand. Make me see you, every woman and man. Jump up, jump up, jump up. Everybody, make me see you, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We are party from the daylight. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Everybody, let me see you unite. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hear not by the vibes is right. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies.
Westindies bring unity to the Caribbean. We rally round each other, and that alone make us strong. One goal in mind, we lose or draw. We all play as one. If you're proud of your country, let me see you put up your hand. Barbados, we got it. St. Vincent, we got it. St. Kitts, we got it.
Trinbago, we got it.
Jamaica, Guyana,
St. Lucia,
Antigua,
Dominica,
Grenada. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies. We are the Westindies.
Welcome back, and after that break, we still end of the over. That's what it is. 51 for free, and we want to welcome you back, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
You're always going to be mayor. Yes, it's like
fine.
president. You've gone, but you're always going to be
There you go.
president. So did you have a good lunch?
Yeah, it's good lunch, good breaks. I was down there talking with the team a little bit, and particularly Mac, and I think they're pretty pleased with what's happened so far. Decent run total. They're stepping up, though. I think you're going to see some bigger hitters. So be prepared to start calling 4s and 6s.
Yes, well, if they can preserve these 2 wickets for the next, maybe say 4 overs or so,
Yeah.
I think they should get over the 100 mark, and I'll say maybe 120, 125, and
Yeah.
that should be good to defend. That Prim is coming in and he's playing this one off the legs for a single. That's Makueshi, so he gets off the lucky 13, goes on to 14.
And Amir looks like he's hungry. He wants to get some runs.
Yes, and I saw you getting out there doing some duties, taking out refreshments and stuff. So
You know,
you're
12th
all
man,
around.
12th man has to work
12th
sometimes.
man has to work sometimes. Okay.
Need to get some exercise today, so that was my excuse.
Okay, so promising in and around. Kiani just plays this one back along the track, and the onside can't score. So they're still attacking with a slip. Backward point. Third man this time is back along the track on the offside this time. Mid-off is there in case of any fumble. We have a cover sweeper and a long off. This time he's driving but can't pass the mid-off. And we have a fine leg, deep mid-wicket, and the long on. Those are the 3 men in the onside. US Stars would have won the toss and elected to bat first. But the Westindies Stars said no damage would have done, because if they would have won the toss, they would have elected to field.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Yes. And this time is a loud appeal.
No.
And not out, says the
Not bad.
umpire, as that over comes to an end.
It's a little quiet.
Yes, just one run coming from it.
Yep.
So it's 52 for free. So you'll notice that the lights are on, but I had to inquire why would the lights be on. But they told me they're testing the lights.
Okay.
They're testing,
Okay.
yes.
I thought they might be expecting
I
clouds
thought
or
it was
something.
a malfunction or
No.
something, so I said, let me go and inquire
Yeah.
what's going on. And they said they're testing the lights.
Well, it looks like they all work.
Yes, so far, yes. It's one shining white, I see it from my advantage point, though.
And I noticed being down there in the field, the wind has picked up quite a bit, and it's shifting a little bit more. You can tell that by the flags.
Oh, she's bowled him. He's knocked him over. He's made a wild swing at that one. And you know the saying, if you miss, I hit.
Well, I know he's going to be disappointed with that because I think he was feeling pretty comfortable there. But
Yes.
he's got some batters that are ready to get some runs here.
Yeah, but I know he prizes his wicket, and for one that is straight on the wicket, for him to play like that, that's very uncharacteristic of him. But he had a good knock, 14 from 30, and he would have realized some 52 runs. He was there from the top, and maybe the water break must have done it him.
Must have been. Yeah. I think he said, this is pretty nice in the shade.
Yes.
But that's good for an opening batsman to be in there for 10.
For 10 overs,
10
yes, he
overs,
would have done his job.
yeah.
He would have realized 10 overs, although he would have scored 14. He realized 10 overs, and I think there's a launching pod
Yeah.
for the incoming batters to really launch. I'm bewildered, when you're playing 2020. I always say it's cardinal sin to lose all of your 10 wickets. It's just 20 overs. You should be able to get another 60 runs here
Absolutely.
for the next 6 wickets.
Yeah.
But Zamin, he's no fluke now. He's in his heyday. He was really a good cricketer. So, Mark, how is it with the COVID situation back in your hometown?
Well, I think most people seem like they've been vaccinated. People kind of returning to normal as far as restaurants and bars and just trying to hang out. I think people just wanted to get back to normal so bad. Still being careful with masks. It's required now in North Carolina still in public places. People are starting to get their boosters, those that are eligible for it. So I would say all in all, it's fairly steady. The hospital stays are down recently, which is nice after peaking a few weeks ago. So all in all, I'd say it's hopefully we're seeing the end of this.
Okay. In terms of the hurricane and weather and so, are you in the path of those hurricanes?
We're definitely, our national hockey team is called the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes. So it's in our name practically. We are in the path. Nothing so far this year. The big problem with Carolina is it's so flat, pretty much the eastern half of the state. When it does rain, it tends to stay there and flood. Oh. So like they usually say in hurricanes, it's not the wind or the rain, it's the rain staying is the culprit. But so far this season, we've been fine.
That's a lovely shot.
Yeah.
Playing out to deep mid-wicket. The ambles through for single. They're taking on the arm of the fielder on the deep, and they really got through.
I like that. I like that. Always go for 2 if you can.
That's like you call it stealing a single.
Yeah.
Stealing a run. And that's illegal, stealing a run. But in this instance, we can use the term stealing a run unofficially. So at the end of 12, it is 56-4. Any word of advice you would give now at this stage to your batters?
I'd start hitting some runs. I'd say, don't any loose balls, make them pay. Hit it. Wouldn't take a lot of dots right now. They're just it's too valuable. Every ball counts. And the Westindies, they're not going to, they can chase 120. So you need to be up there.
Yeah, at least the colors, man. Yeah. When I see the Westindies colors, you always give me that kind of.
Doesn't it look good?
Yes,
it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Just into the onside and an appeal, but all in hope because that one was really headed down the leg side.
Yeah.
Could have done a little bit more with that.
I would just say be aggressive. I mean, they have 6 more wickets to give, 8 overs.
Okay,
there you go.
there it is.
There it is.
But it's going to be just 1, I think.
That's okay. Make those fielders run in the sun. Interesting coverage. Not much behind the batter.
Well, 57 for 4. So Prem Singh, local guy here, representing the West Indies. This is the first of its kind, the Legends, something that would have started this season. Over 50, that's the qualification to get into it. This time it's in the air. There's a man down there. He's getting onto it. And it goes beyond him. Oh, I think the lights.
He might. The lights and the sun. If you look at his shadow, it's right there. I mean, he's staring right at the sun.
Yes, I think he would have
so
lost it.
Probably. I think he had it, but he lost. You could tell it when it went over his head there.
Yeah, because he went in and past it.
And with that, they turned the lights off. They didn't.
This time again, he's
Same
going
thing.
Picking him. They're picking him and,
look at that.
He made a meal of that one. He really made a meal of that one. He's going right, and the ball passed him on his left.
Yeah, he's going to be cut out of the after party, I think.
I like that one. He's not going to be invited to the after party.
Maybe not.
And the ball tend to do that. When it tend to follow you, one miss.
Well, we saw at the end of the India-Pakistan game, a couple of the drop balls, one after another at the same place.
Yes. One's here, and as he swivels,
two.
And it's going to be an easy, relaxing 2.
I don't know. I'm going for 3 here. What do you think?
I think they're tired. Yeah,
they're over 50 too.
They're over 50. Remember that, over 50. And it's trust me, the sun is kind of hot. It's so hot they turn the lights off again.
Yeah.
Realize that the heat is coming in.
What a beautiful day though in Broward County.
Beautiful. And like I said, with the wind.
Yeah, it's perfect out there.
Perfect
really is nice.
Yes, perfect for cricket. As the over comes to an end, that's the end of 13. It is 64 for 4. We would have seen the back of Qureshi. Last man out for some 14 runs. So Prem Singh has none for 9 from his 2.
And Sonny is 4 for 5. Sonny Singh and Amir Ghani is 8 for 11.
Remember earlier they would have won the toss. That's the US Stars, and they elected to take the first knock. So they're trying to set a target in which they hope to defend. They're coming up against the might of the Westindies Stars. And on paper, the Westindies Stars are looking very good. So far, they've held their own. 13 overs. They've given up just 64. But runs on the board is runs on the board. Batsman coming forward, beaten, taken cleanly there by the wicketkeeper. So that's Nagamutu is into the attack, former West Indies player, bowling his back of the end stuff. He's punching off the back foot. This man runs off the deep mid-wicket boundary, runs to square leg, picks up.
You know, his position, he's back further towards the boundary now. He's not going to let that happen again.
No, I don't think so. He wouldn't be third time bad lucky.
Yeah.
He was twice bad lucky. A drop chance and then a ball eluded him for 4. This time he's punching this one in the offside for a single. No, they're not. There's something.
I don't know why. I
Dead
think
ball?
dead ball. He was moving.
He was moving.
The fielder was the one we were
So it's
talking
a dead
about.
ball. Okay, so the ball does not count in the over.
So we're going to get that one again.
This time he's opening up and trying to get it past backward point. Can't score. So they're still attacking with the slip. The short third man backward point, cover point, extra cover, and a long off. Those are the men in the offside. He goes in bold and he's going hard.
Nice
He's going
shot.
high. He's going far.
It's a
It's a bird. It's a plane. Did I see a ear stewardess?
It's a big 6. Yes.
We're looking for the stewardess there just now. So that's it. You called it.
Beautiful hit, and that's against the wind too. So that probably regulation. We have these boundaries out to about 61, 62 yards, I think.
Yes.
I think that would have. Here we go again.
And it's back-to-back sixes, and there's another.
Beautiful.
You've called it.
Yeah.
You've
You
called
need
it.
to be aggressive.
You said they've got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
They would have heard you.
That first one was beautiful against the wind.
Against the wind, yes.
Good shot, and this one straight down.
But this one is even better because a straight six. And Nagamoto, he's been roughed up. The former Westindies, Nehandra, Nagamoto has been roughed up here by the US Stars. And this time he's playing a late cut dab down to the short third man. So they're taking him on. They've decided to target the bowler,
Yeah.
and he's the one who they're targeting.
Well, they took advantage of the pace he was giving them. They've faced a lot of spinners so far, and it's hard to get clean six off of a spinner.
Yes, but Vinod was asking for him to come into the attack when he
Yeah.
thought the going was a little rough,
Yeah.
when the bowling was not being penetrative.
Yeah.
But now he came on, he would have given up some 14 from his first over.
Yeah, that's good. So after 14, Sunny Singh has 5 for 7, and Amir is 21-15. That's a very nice run rate for Amir.
Yes, indeed. So still 6 overs to go and 78. I think they're heading for a good score.
Yeah.
They should be.
Look at the fielding position now. You got guys right on the boundaries.
This time he's sweeping, but he's not going to get it past the short fine leg. Thought he would have done more with that. He got it on the full, but he was stretching. He needed to move his feet and get to the pitch of the ball. 78 for 4.
They have really opened up this leg side for him. It's there if he wants it.
So 2 dots on the trot. So Amir Kiani, he has got to now get back into that aggressive mood as we would have seen him in the last over, hitting those boundary. This time he's going inside out. That's another beautiful shot. But he didn't get enough. He didn't get a good hold of it.
No, it's kind of it was a funny swing.
He came from the outer half of the
Yeah,
bats.
he really swung inside out and
Yes.
kind of dropped in. It dropped in a good place though.
Yes. He dropped in no man's land, so this camp through for 2. But the idea was right. He's going after him, and yet he's going again. But he's not timing.
But I like
So
this. I
40
like this play. They're not taking a lot of dots. They're making them pay every time.
Down the leg side,
There you
and
go.
they're gonna scamper through for a
Easy-
single.
easy
That's all
single.
it's gonna be. Good bit of feeling there. The guy came off the deep mid-wicket boundary in a hurry. They thought of 2 initially, but it was a non-existent 2. So we are
81, 4 wickets, and we are looking like run rate is creeping up as we speak. Also after those 6s, now at 5.4. That's it for 15 overs. Sunny Singh again is at 5 for 8. Amir Ghani is at 24 of 20.
Yes, he's going at a good clip. He's the guy who's been wheeling the willow, and he's got to continue. So we're gonna ask Qureshi to come on in. Yeah. There you go. We're gonna change. Yeah, we're gonna do it here where Qureshi is gonna come in and gonna be under the gun.
Thanks a lot, Ivor, and the former Westindies leg spinner. Taken to the cleaners in the first over, struck for 2 6s, Nagamoto. 14 runs coming. I'm joined by Mark Qureshi, the captain of the United States team. He batted well and laid the foundation for what you see happening here now. Here's Nagamoto, and this is again struck in the air. He could be out here. The fielder runs in and, of course, spills it. They now go back for 2, but you have to applaud the effort. Well, Mark, your team seems well set to probably get around 120.
Yeah, we will reach the 5 overs. We estimated at least 50 runs, for last 5 overs. So there's the batsman they're playing out there is both good batsmen. They played for the 50 plus, but they are good batsmen. They've been playing good crickets. Amir and Sunny. So both is good players out
Well,
there.
the partnership is 32 now. The score is 84 for 4 with Singh on 6 and Kiani is on 27. And Singh, in fact, Kiani is on 27, Singh 5. And Singh comes in the strike now. Here's Nagamoto. Down the leg side, takes the top edge. And they take 1. That's all they will get. Earlier on, Makarishi opening the batting. And he stayed there, held the top order together after losing 2 early wickets. How was it like, Mark, batting in that heat out there?
It's hard, but thing is, wicket was playing very low and skidding and there. So I took my helmet out, you can see that. And then after that is a 90 temperature out there. It's like very hot out there. But we were going shots and ball is staying low. The wicket need to be, I think, it's not dry as wet or it's very low wickets. Every ball is going, not even one bounce that people made it the entire whole games. And so I took my helmet out. I said, there was ball not even coming up. So probably have to sit down and play.
Yeah, this one is hoiked away. They're going to take 2. So good running again. During your partnership out there earlier on with Ahmad, you all were taking 2s on a regular basis. Seems to be fit, Mark.
Yeah, play, yes, exercise and all, and keeping fit ourselves. But there was a good tournament coming up because that's the, I think that was the good opportunity. The players been playing early age and local leagues, and they can't play now because of ages. So that format is 45 and 50 plus. Good effort, and then this is the first time they've been playing, and Broward County Cricket Stadium for 45 plus and 50 plus in there mix. And Westindies players have been talking when I'm batting with the keeper. He said, a lot of them players, they're playing today, but they're never going to show up tomorrow kind of thing because there was a 50 plus.
Yeah, well, it's 4 days constant cricket. The good thing is that your team, you have a squad of 20, so you could rotate your players, but to come out every day for 4 days, that's quite an achievement. 88 for 4 overs to go. But Mark, at the end of the day, whoever wins or loses, I think cricket is always the winner.
This is a good game for USA and West Indies. West Indies have good players, good bowlers, and good batsmen, and will be that's considered first game for us for USA. But that will be sound like finals. Whoever they win on this one, they will achieve on the final because the both other 2 teams is not that strong that they are. But these 2 teams is both is head to head. So we have good players from all over the places in USA, and West Indies have all over the West Indies and Caribbeans and all. They have been playing together. So it's a good cricket to be in watch.
Yeah, lovely indeed. If you look at the track, you will see a dark tinge, and that's moisture still in the track. Preparation moisture. And as the day goes by, the sun will bake the track and get the moisture off. Batting should become easier, which will pose another threat for your team. This is a great hit down the ground. That is heading towards the BRCC. That's 6 runs. Lovely shot there, Mark. Takes the score to 95.
Yes, that's the last 4 hours. That will be have to be go after every balls. And there's only 4 wicket downs, and there's a lot of wickets on hands. 6 wickets on hand, then 3 points, 4 ball left. They need at least good 50 runs on this last 4 hours.
Well, there you can see Mark Qureshi in his second role as a commentator. And, of course, we are live on the marktv.com, where you can get all the action for this entire week. And also on Saturday night, when Mark Qureshi will receive a special lifetime award from the Hall of Fame. And that takes place at the Embassy Suites in Boca. Starts at 7 p.m. Join us on Mark TV for live coverage.
Great, thank you. We're looking forward watching the game from MacTV.com.
Thanks a lot, Mark. As we allow Mark to leave, Ivor Henry is going to come back. It's 95 for 4. This is over number 17, in fact. And this is hoiked away through the offside. More runs here. This should run away into the boundary. It does so now. And that's 4 more. So it's now 99. And just 1 short of 100. The United States team seems to be a good batting unit.
Yeah, they both is good players. As you can see that and the players they've been playing, both is top order players. Kayani Ahmed has been playing wonderful his inning, and we have now Sunny coming starting with him. So Sunny Singh from the West Coast, San Francisco is on the fire. So we have like we score 4-6,
Well-
and again they got good two single. The easy two quick single they have it. So score out of over 100 runs. That will be good start.
Well, I'm looking at the square leg umpire, and was that a no ball? Well, the standing umpire is signaling buys, but I think that was a full pitch delivery over the waist. Did he miss that one? It's now 101. The score 100 is up on the board now. And see again, Singh gets a delivery pitch right up his bowled, yorked in other words, and that's the 5th wicket to have fallen. It's the last ball of over number 17. So after 17 overs, the USA Stars 101 for 5. Their captain Mark, who was with us, will now go away into the dugout as he continues to marshal his troops, so to speak. Let me welcome Ivor Henry back.
Yes, well, I walked into a wicket, so did I, would you put that wicket on me? Would you just say that I was the one who caused the demise, or did I bring up the 100? Which one?
Well, I will put that on you, the wicket. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'll do that. I'll do that because of the fact that you normally send batsmen marching, being an umpire, and so I'll give you that.
Okay. So, you saw the dreaded finger go up, right?
Yep. The dreaded finger went up even off the field of play.
Even off the field of play. You've got to go to dugout. I did the Courtney Walsh, give him that send-off. Well, it's 101, you know, the 101 Dalmatian. We're going to talking about Bow Wow. 17 overs. I did say maybe 120 was on the cards. Kiani's there on 29, so Naveed Ahmed, he's a good hitter. He played yesterday in the local match yesterday. Took a good catch. As a matter of fact, he brought up the fifer with a catch for what's his name there? The fast bowler. I forget his name, but he took a fifer yesterday and he made 79.
Wow.
Runs. Yeah, so he had a really good day for his team yesterday.
So Naveed Ahmed, no relation to Tanveer Ahmed from CCUSA, who is here in the com box with us. He is our social media expert. Here's Nagas again. He comes in and he gets some turn, generous turn, and that goes through to the wicketkeeper. Nagamutu, none for 21 after 2. You don't want to forget those 2 overs. Excellent bowler though. This time pushing that one. I think he was encouraged by the turn he got the previous delivery and decided to pitch this one on leg stump. And it just kept on going. So here is Nagamutu again. Played away down to backward point, no run. Is Amir Kiani going to take him to the cleaners as he did before? Nagamutu with a load of experience. He would be able to come back strongly. Trust me on that. Westindies have taken 5 wickets so far. Here he is. And this is struck away. Peels off the outside edge. Down to short third man. Ivor Henry.
Yes, he was trying to go for all of the marbles there, but it came off the outer portion of the bat and knocked down the third man. If that would have eluded him, there'll have been at least 2 or 3. You would have seen the first 3, probably.
You seem to like this talk about marbles.
You said you have all of your marbles. At one stage, you say you take up all your marbles and walk home. That's all you got, all your marbles.
I took up the marbles, the 3 stumps, the ball, and the bat and went home.
Yep.
I've had enough.
Yeah, I've had enough. That's it.
Yeah.
Time to go home.
So at this point, at this point in time, Nagamutu is continuing. He's keeping things quiet.
Ooh, this is going to be touch and go, touch and go. Well, good backing up there from the non-striker. Made it look quite easy in the end.
I've enjoyed the fitness of these players, though. I mean, they're senior players. They're
50.
Over 50, and I've enjoyed the fitness levels.
But like I said, it's more colorful now looking at the Westindies colors on the field.
Resplendent.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's nothing better. West Indian people like you and I, we're colorful.
Yep. And I've inquired about the lights. Why the lights had to come on at this time of day?
Mm-hmm.
And they said they were just testing the lights.
So it's the end of the over. Better over there by Nagamoto. 3 overs, none for 25. With 2 overs to go, the score is 105 for 5. More comments from Ivor Henry.
Yes, I think it's going to be an uphill task to get to the 120. They're 15 away. Naveed, well, he has just come, 1 from 1, and we have Amir Kiani. He's going good, 31 from 30, but he has got to do more if they have got to get another 15 runs. We're asking 7.5 and over. They haven't been scoring at 7 runs and over, so. But with wickets in the hut.
Well, apparently we missed that, but Nagamoto dismissed the batsman. How did we miss that?
Actually dismissed them?
Well, he's coming off.
Yes, the big W is there. How out?
Yep, but Tariq Hussain is now going to go in. So Nagas gets on the wickets column. He has taken 1. 2 overs to go, so he might more than likely bowl the 20th. The penultimate over is now going to come up from the fine. It's 105 for 6.
Yes, I think probably one more ball was left when you said it was over. It has to be because
No,
it was the end of the over when you said
well,
none for 25.
Yeah.
He bowled a ball. I thought it was the end of the over too. As you said it, so I didn't look at it. We're sorry. We apologize.
Yep, of course, 105 for 6, and we missed that one. It happens. It's the first catch that Ivor and I have missed in the commentary box for the last 20 years.
Yes, and it just shows that we're human. Yes. You see why someone have to stay to guard the pitch?
Of course.
Yeah, someone have to be looking.
Depends on who guards the guard.
Yes.
Let's see what happened. Siu Narain, 1 for 6 off 3. Sunil Narain type figures.
But I'm going to put you on the spot. Did you ask Mr. Qureshi what he had to drink? If he had wine, if he had...
I think he had a T20 energy drink because he was like an Energizer bunny out there today. I don't know if it was the Beamer.
So you think, you didn't confirm it?
I didn't, I forgot, to be honest. So here is Siu Narain and pushed away on the offside. So I think with 4 wickets in hand, Siu Narain could probably do a better job. In fact, it's Kiani. He probably do a better job.
And he's been there for 31 deliveries for 31, so...
He is down the track and he forces it away.
Ooh, accident will happen.
And that's Zamin Amin, the former USA player Zamin Amin, stopping that one. My apologies. Siu Narain is actually the bowler and he's doing a fantastic job. Yes, so you inquired about the lights. They said that they were just testing.
Yes.
Was it convenient that it was on while Mr. Qureshi was batting? Did it help him?
I thought it helped the batting team because there was a ball that went in the air and this one was touch and go, and he is disappointed because that would have been an easy one. By the time the ball got to him, the batter was halfway down the track.
What's your thoughts on this new regulations from the MCC that they've done away with batsmen? They're now using the unisex name of batter.
Oh, that's...
Are you...
Well, it must be official now, but...
It's official.
That's been used for the past 2 years.
It's now official.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's been used for the past 2 years, so I think it became because of the popularity of the
women's
sport.
game, yeah.
So they just say batters in order to call them batsmen. And it's kind of awkward saying batswoman.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's definitely awkward.
Yeah.
What I normally do, I will say batters when the female, when I'm commentating in a female match, and then I say batsmen when I'm doing the male version. I think I'll continue in that vein. I don't want to ever to do away with that. You can change many things, but sometimes
You're gonna get that, but
you
I
can't
feel
change too
with
much.
Sexes with the female, I believe they would more emphasize and insist
on
that
batters.
you use batters, yes. But
Yes.
you're not gonna take away the
But I
old
see,
schoolers.
I see nothing wrong in using batsmen for the male
For the
version
male,
and
yes.
batters for the female.
Right.
I see nothing wrong with that. Don't think it'll go down well at Lords.
Yes, but like I said, we've been using it, batters, because it's like you're out in the middle and you have two batsmen there, but you want to refer to one, or you want to differentiate. You would say striker.
Yep.
That means I'm only talking to the striker.
Yep. Well,
And if I'm talking to the batsman, if I say batsman, I'm talking to the non-striker.
well, USA Stars 110 for 6 there, Ivor. And the final over, I thought that Kiani and Hussein missed the trick in the final over, the penultimate over, and where they should have gone after the bowling of Siona Ryan. They didn't. And now they are left here to see what they can do in this last over. Nagamoto is in and he struck for 6 right down the ground. Advancing there was Kiani, and Mahendra Nagamoto was before this game. One would have think that he would have been the best bowler on show. Well, he's been taken to the cleaners here, and that's 6 more.
And that's the biggest 6 of the day.
Yep.
It was right beneath the com box right here. So I think the 120 is really on the card. I mean, let's see. If it's 120, I'm going to play the lotto this weekend.
Yeah, definitely it's going to reach 120. Here's Nagamoto. Well played. And well bowled as well. Nagamoto saw him coming, he held it back, and a great adjustment by Kiani. As Tariq Hussein, who, did you say he is one of the hard hitters of the ball? Tariq?
Yes, but this is time for him to really show his worth.
Yeah.
They should have done it in the last over, like you said.
But he's a big boy. And this time,
he's
appeal.
asking a question.
Not down the track, Nagas.
And then they're going to get the overthrow now for the extra, the leg by.
Sloppy cricket by the West Indies. I'll tell you why. You don't want Kiani on strike. You had Tariq Hussein on strike. Kiani has been the man.
The umpires holding the ball there.
They're going to confer.
Maybe they say it was not a fair play because an appeal was being held, but the ball was not dead, though.
The ball was not dead.
The ball
They
was
could have
not dead,
appealed
so
from here.
umpires-
They could have appealed from here to the Privy Council.
Yeah, you can appeal.
but
The batsman played it
the ball-
right.
yep.
You can't send him back. You shouldn't be able to send him back. It's just that they know the rules. It's like you're peeling, the ball is not dead, leg buys. Oh,
4 deliveries to go, is it? Or is it 3?
It might be
3 to go, 118
yes.
for 6.
Yeah. The ball is not dead. He's still inquiring. The ball is not dead in an appeal. Because if you would have won out, they would have won the one out. They would have asked and say, it's one out. It would have been one out.
Well, I'll tell you something. They have legal representation at the ground. Brian, who is their manager, is a very accomplished attorney across there in Connecticut. So, Brian Jody, I want to say good afternoon to him. He may well have a client. Here is Nagamoto. And this again, Nagamoto just holding it back.
Well,
He's
they have to
taking
get
a
2
piece
and
off
see
it.
if they have to get to my 120.
Yes, definitely they are
So
going to get
2
to
dots
120.
on the trot.
Kiani has batted well, 42 of 38. This time he's outstumped. 118 for 7. Nagamoto ends with 2 in a spell I think he would like to forget, but he did take 2 wickets. The experience of Mahendra Nagamoto, and at the end of the innings, the USA Stars 118 for 7. Remember, they're playing against the Westindies Stars in their first match of the Legends World Cup. To quickly run through the innings, Mark Qureshi bowled Zaminam in 16. Ahmad Malik, he was caught by Hiralal off the bowling of Hutchinson for 5. Anwar Ahmad bowled Sunarine 21. Anthony Sahadeo caught Jodi, bowled Zaminam in 7. Amir Kiani stumped Jodi, bowled Mahendra Nagamoto 42. Sonny Singh, he was bowled by Prem Singh for 18. Naveed Ahmad bowled Mahendra Nagamoto for 1. Tariq Hussein not out 1, and Colin Board was left on 0 not out, the TKR manager, and 118 the score for at the end of over number 20. The bowling, if we may just get that bowling figures up for us, here it comes, Ivor, and it goes. We are just waiting on that, and 180. The West Indies stars. Hutchinson, 2 overs, 1 for 12. Buffon, 1 over for 2. It was surprising that he didn't come back into the attack. Sattar had 1 over for 15. Stephen Ryan, who I thought was a pick of the bowlers, 1 for 11 or 4. Zamina Min was also very good, 2 for 20. Prem Singh, 1 for 23. And the former West Indies test player, Mahindra Nagamutu, 4 overs, no maidens, 2 for 32. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, the West Indies will be chasing 119 to win their first match of the Legends World Cup.
World Cup Legends Championship 2021, September 27th to 30th, 2021, at Broward County Cricket Stadium. 4 team participating: USA, West Indies, Pakistan, India. All matches live on mocktv.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God bless America.
into this evening? Because the time. They're trying to call him. They're trying to call him. They're trying to call him. I guess they won't be talking that long. Hey, check your walkie-talkie. Check your walkie-talkie. Well, welcome back as we continue coverage of this first match between Westindies and USA. This is both teams having their first game at the Legends World Cup today. Earlier on this morning, we had Pakistan against India in their winning that encounter by 6 wickets. So, Peter Singh and Krishna Haricharan is going to open the batting for the West Indies Stars. And taking up the bowling is Amir Kiani, who top scored for the United States, getting 42 when they batted and scored 118. Let me welcome back Ivor Henry.
Yes, good to be back, and the one chase is going to be starting shortly. 119 to get. Is that enough?
That could be tough. This delivery goes down the leg side, crashes into the pad.
Like they say, runs on the board is runs on the board, so at least that's already in the bank. So they've got to go chasing after that. But again, I'm going to say the West Indies colours has caught the eyes more so than any other colours here this afternoon. That's from our advantage point here. This one is walked off the pad, full pitch, and it's getting runs here. It's getting very close to the boundary. Crosses the boundary ropes now, so first scoring shot is a boundary. It was a loosener. It was full pitch into the pads, and there's no coverage in that area. Once you get it past the 30-yard circle, it's a quick outfield. And like I said earlier, we've been having rains last week every afternoon. But this week, I think all that would have been aborted. So cricket rules.
Yep, and this is worked away easily by Singh. So Singh looking pretty solid so far, Ivor.
Yes, good-looking cricket shots. The asking rate is not much. They're already up to 5. In this over. Nagamoto, he went for a few, 2 for 32 by his standard. Not impressive?
Definitely not, but of course he came back well, got 2 wickets, and as they say, a class is class. He was able to come back, and I think that as the tournament progresses, he will come into his own.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's not easy playing 4 days of cricket, especially on the trot. It's hard enough to play on a Sunday. Try to recuperate for the Monday. And that's one of the reasons why I was in the AC with you. This time he's stroking this one nicely, passing the mid-off.
Haricharan?
Yeah, he used the boot trying to impress the soccer scouts, but I don't think they're going to be looking his way anytime soon. That's better. He knocked it down with his hands this time. As that over comes to an end, one boundary in it, a good-looking boundary, and easy peasy. In a hurry, they've gone to 6 for no loss. And if you calculate 6 by the 20, they'll get to 120 going at just easy peasy 6 and over.
Yeah, definitely so. So the West Indies start 6 without loss, and they just require 119. So at 6 runs and over, they'll be home after 20. And we are going to see from the far end now, Tariq Hussain is going to take up the attack. He's bowling to Krishna Haricharan. And these guys, they want to represent their respective countries well.
Yes, he was a good, quick, fast bowler in the day. I remember it good in the early 2000s, representing the Southeast. I'm not sure if he went on to play for the US, but I know the Southeast for sure. Remember we had a guy, Mahmood. I said Masood. I think he's over in Canada. If you're listening, we want to say good afternoon to you. We used to play together. He was a good batsman.
So the wind has picked up nicely. It should be a little easier for the players out there. This is driven and knocked down there at the short cover by Malik.
Like I say, he has learned from trying to put his foot when he put his foot with the first one, and the two that came to him after that, he has learned to use his palm, his hands. Definitely saving one.
Again saving, yeah. And that one, I think Ricochet probably struck him around the shoulder as well. But the good doctor taking evasive action.
I'm telling you, but he'll save his team some runs there with those 2 last deliveries, I can tell you.
This one goes a bit squarer. That was Qureshi this time.
So I guess the soccer scouts are out.
Well, they tell me that Barcelona uses here sometime for their training camp, for the youth training camp.
Okay.
So Haricharan is on 1 of 5, 6 without loss. Good over so far by Hussain in terms of conserving the runs. Runs through the offside here now.
Well, at least 3 men gave chase. They're not giving up this early. And
Colin Board.
Yes, includes Croatia as well.
Yep. So on the offside, you have obviously a third slip. I wouldn't call it a short third man. I'll call it a third slip. And backward point. There's a cover point in Qureshi. Sweeper goes out now. It's a cover and mid-off.
Last you would have seen a 7-2 field. 7-2.
Outside the off, some good take by the wicketkeeper. Signal wide. So he has been all over the shop, and he's lucky, Hussain, not to have conceded more runs.
But the idea was right because he's bowling 2-7-2, so his skipper was asking to bowl in the offside. There's 7 men in the offside.
Well,
he's seen that in a long time.
Yeah, he's bowling to his field.
Yes, he's bowling to his field. Yes, the line is right. The line is right.
Good take there by the wicketkeeper.
Wicketkeeper standing up. It's a brave man.
Well, the pace is not that hot. It's not too hot to handle there, Ivor. End of the over, the end of 2. The West Indies are 9 without loss, chasing 119 to defeat America.
That's an excellent over. Only 3 runs coming from it, 2 from the bat and an extra. And like I said, he kept his line. But the beautiful thing is that he only bowled to the left-hander. So he was able to stay the course outside the off stump. So we have two southpaws at the wicket, and that's what it is. When was the last time you would have seen that two southpaws opening the inning?
Yeah, and these guys will be looking to put down a solid foundation. Normally you see a left and a right. You're seeing two lefties. I dare say I love to see left-handers bat. Always elegant in whatever they try to do. That's a wide.
Like we said, with two left-handers, you're going to get, some of those because they're accustomed bowling to right-handers. It's just more right-handers than left-handers for some reason. But the left-handers always look so sweet, man. Oh, there it is again. Those are beautiful deliveries to the right-hander, but wayward to the left-hander. See, the problem is that he's coming from around the wicket and his angle is taking him down the leg side. Better delivery, better line, better length. That's the spot. He need to mark that. It's 11 for no loss. They don't have a lot of scores. They don't have a lot of runs to play with. Better delivery again, even though he was going down leg. And he's been warned here by the umpire. He's running onto the protective area because he's coming from around the wicket and he's cutting right across and running into that protective area. And he's indicated to the left, to the umpire, that he's giving him a warning. In the air, he's getting a good hold of this one, Vinod.
That's a maximum. So pitched up. And in his arc, he just played through the line. And, of course, with the wind assisting him, he took that way over mid-wicket for 6. So that's a good hit from Peter Singh. And he's really, really looking good. 17 without loss.
Yes, having been warned not to run in that protective area, I guess he tried to just prevent that and forgot that he had to bowl the ball in the right area. And he was hammered over deep mid-wicket for 6. See, he about his run because he would have. That is on his mind. I think it's on his mind. The umpire is saying you're running into the danger zone. He's whipping this one off the legs, getting a good hold of this one. It's getting close to the boundary, and away she goes for boundary. As that over comes to an end, it's going to be 21 for no loss at the end of over number 3.
So a good start there. That's a run rate of 7. It's much more than what's required. And Peter Singh is on 15. Krishna Haricharan is on 3. At this stage, the Westindies, if they continue, they can probably get up to that target, 98 required. Further, of 17 overs either.
I tend to want to agree. I think it's going to go into the 20th over. The US Stars, they batted all of their 20 overs. I think they could have done more in the penultimate over. And for that, I think they've maybe about 10, 12 runs short.
It can make a big difference. I agree with that. Hussain is going to continue. He just conceded 3 runs in his first over, but I thought he was lucky. Harishan was just not able to pace the offside field. So let's look at this field again. As I was said earlier on, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 players on the offside. And here he is. He bowls again, taking the pace off. Malik can't stop the single. And that's one more. So intelligent batting on that occasion there by Harry Charan. Just taking the pace off.
Yes, he still has that 7-2 to the southpaw, and he's holding his line. He would have bowled that one wide outside the off stump. Was too wide. Other than that, he held his own, if you ask me. If my skipper is asking me to bowl the ball outside the off stump, and I have to bowl a ball outside the off stump, which is wide, I wouldn't feel guilty. But if I'm down the leg side, yes, I wouldn't forgive myself. See, way wide again. He's pushing it too far wide.
Well, the main fact, I think that the field that has been set by Qureshi is an offside field, as you said, and Hussein needs to understand that he has an offside field in place, but you don't have to go that wide.
You don't have to go that wide.
You can bowl a fourth stump, and that could serve you right. Here he is now, and this time, just a fourth stump line played back to him, rehearsing a whip through the onside. So he wants to come back off a length, across the left-hander. Let him play across the line if he wants. Let him take the chances. Here's Hussein. Cut away, down to backward point.
That's going to be 4.
Yep, and that's 4 runs. So that's a good too short on that occasion. Yeah, and he gave him the room, and all he had to do was, like you mentioned before, let's pick your number.
Yeah, I bet the fieldsman would have pulled that up, though, I can tell you that. He was in the air right next there to Wiswan.
I'm not available. I'm not available for this game either.
You're not. Well, Wiswan is a very weak fielder. He should have done more. You know, you have to pull up those brilliant catches. Everybody in the offside is in play. When you see a 7-2, everybody have to look out. Everything is in play. Oh, he's playing right across this one here, but probably hit him outside off. But here it is, he's trying to whip it from outside off into the onside. I think he would have beaten the off stump from our advantage point here. But good bowling there by Hussein. But the runs that has scored this far in this over should not have been had. That 4 and the single, trust me. Not with the 7-2 field. The single that was had early in the inning, the guy should have been pressing a little harder, and Wiswan made a weak attempt. At least could have knocked it down, even if he didn't take the catch. But 50 and over.
Yep. Vintage players. Driven nicely, push drive, long to Colin Board. He's not going to miss that. And there is no run. Colin Board has maintained his fitness levels.
And when you said push drive, one player came to mind.
Lawrence Yagaro?
No, Charlie Davis.
Charlie Davis,
yes.
You would have met his son recently.
Yes.
His son, Ryan Davis, commentator.
Yes. Nice job.
A nice guy, of course. He would have been here with us for this tournament, but we prefer to go for experience. So we brought Ivor Henry.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yes. Experience and class and talent.
Oh, I try to do everything that I can for cricket. I would have even gone all the pitch if I had to.
Well,
I don't make a fuss.
Cricket in your neck of the woods, Ivor, you must be involved.
See, you're going to bear with this.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yep. Wonderful. 28 without loss as we continue to do this coverage here at the Central Broward Regional Park. I want to thank the hard-working technical team here from Mark TV as well. We also want to say welcome and good night to all the viewers in Trinidad and Tobago viewing this on MCTV. They're seeing the Westindies legends chase down 119. Can they get it? So Hamad Malik is going to bowl now. Here he is. And pushed away to a wide-ish mid-off. Hamad Malik, as I gave you a bit about him, Dr. Hamad Malik was the captain of Wasim Akram in his earlier days in Pakistan. She looking for the run out, and he fires in. So nothing happening yet for America. I think they're looking a bit flat. They've gone a bit flat at the moment.
Again, 10, 12 runs. I think they're short of that, and that would have made a big difference. 6 runs and over, 2020 cricket. To me, that's easy peasy, a walk in the park. The colors alone are frightening these guys out here. The maroon, it's respected, even from the opponent.
Outside the off stump, he is dropped. Malik shows his disgust. A delivery outside the off stump, you don't drop Peter Singh. And there was Peter looking to flush that away down to backward point. He got a faint edge and in and out of the gloves of the wicketkeeper.
Shadio, yes, the keeper.
So Malik.
Shadio, he used to be a really good keeper back in the day.
Saturday, was it?
Yeah, Shadio.
Yep.
Yep.
Reminds me of Boya Sahadeo from Trinidad and Tobago. Councillor Boya Sahadeo did play for Trinidad and Tobago youth team back in the day. It's from that rich cricket village of Presal. You would have heard of Presal, where the likes of Ranjit Nanan came from, Ancient Ali, of course, and later times Ravi Rampal and Dinesh Ramdin.
You said croissant, they started talking about food. That's what I know.
So Malik keeping it tight. He could have gotten a wicket as well. 89 to win of 91 balls. So, yes, Malik. A good spell from any of these could put pressure. This time he's down the ground. Would this go all the way? And a lovely bounce there. Only one. End of the over, Ivor Henry. Your thoughts after 5?
Easy peasy. I'm still going, keeping pace. Run a ball, almost. What the US Stars need to do is to try to push back that run rate. Let it push it up. Get it up to say about 8, 9, and then let them begin to feel the pressure. Even if they're not losing wickets, at least the run rate is climbing. Now, if you were to get 2 or 3 wickets in between there now, all the pressure will fall back on the Westindies Stars. But for now, Westindies Stars, they're in the driver's seat. No wickets down, 88 from 90, 2020, batsman game. So back to the batters and batters now. So it's okay to just say cricket is a batsman game, or you have to say batter's game.
I think it's a batsman's game, and when the ladies are playing, it's a batter's game. Well, Colin Board is going to take up the attack now. The Trinbago Night Riders manager, the former West Indies A-team manager, and the former Trinidad and Tobago Red Force manager. So he's the manager of managers. He is the most successful manager in the history of the CPL, having won 4 titles, 3 with the Red Steel and 3 with the Trinbago Night Riders. Let's see if he can transfer his managerial skills onto the field of play, doing it all on his own. So
he gave good commentary too when he was in the combox.
Very knowledgeable person.
Definitely fluent too. And yes.
So he's going to take up the attack from the northern end. He's pulling the fielders up closer. He has brought the third man into the 30-yard circle. Rizwan is now going to his right at a short third man, and he has now installed a wide-ish mid-on.
So you say he's a coach, so what he has to do
Well, he's a
coach
manager.
The coach or walk the walk, or do what I asked you to do. I'm going to show you what
I don't think he's not a coach. He's a manager, of
Just
course.
manager.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's Colin Bond bowling his medium pace from the top end, and that's a good delivery. Spot on. Fourth stump line, taking the outside edge, running down to Rizwan, and
Yes.
there is no run.
And this time he's saying, no, this time I need a 6-3 feel. I don't want the 7-2. So let's see if there's going to be a difference. There's one of the feelers in the offside would have been pulled out.
Yes, Bond, and not a good delivery. So Colin Bond is on spot. He seemed to have been training with the Trinbago Knight Riders in St. Kitts.
And the football scouts are out. You saw what he did just now. He just...
He's also an avid footballer
Yes,
at Queen's
he
Park.
picked it up and took it there. He said, okay, I can do that.
Yes, a good old body. Comes in again and bowls. This time it's pitched
the
up
air.
in the air, just to the left of Qureshi, and they're going to get to one. So, what the United States are doing at the moment, they're keeping it tight. Tight as the economy.
I thought you were going to go down into the Virgin Islands.
Slow delivery. So, Bond is showing his wares here.
Have you been to the Virgin Islands?
I've never been. I've been close to it, though.
Close.
St. Martin and Environs. Here's Bond again, and that one jumps at
Hit him
the
on
left-hander.
knuckles there.
So Peterson gets a knuckle ball.
Yes.
Good old Colin Bond addressing Venky Mysore, the owner, the manager, CEO of the Red Chilies Entertainment that owns the team. Shah Rukh Khan owns the TKR.
That was an effort delivery, trust me. It's nothing to do with the pitch.
Yes,
He bent his back on that one and surprised the batter.
Here is Bond again from the far end. He's in and bowls, and this time it's down the leg side. That's a wide. And he's very harsh on himself.
That's a good take.
Excellent take by Mr. Sahadeo. Qureshi approaches. Good over from Colin Bond, just the 3 runs. So at the end of over number 6, the score is 34 without loss. That's the power play. 33 for 1 were the United States. 34 without loss, the Westindies Stars. They're just ahead.
And if you keep in tab, that's the most in the power play so far, 34. So we have 28, we have 31.
Well, they got 21 of the first 3 overs. They've pulled it back a bit, the last 3, with just 13 runs. Hamad, Malik, and Colin Bond pulling it back. And Malik is going to continue.
A wicket or 2 here will make a difference because they're still even Steven, what, 85 from 84, something like that, somewhere around here.
Yeah, they're very close in terms of runs required
ball, yes.
and balls. Yes. And the partnership so far, obviously 34.
Oh, and he's put him down again.
Well, I don't think that Dr. Malik will be taking Sahadeo for dinner, so to speak.
I think
he drops it again.
I think he's going to miss the after party. He's going to miss the after party. He's going for the stumping when the ball was played. You have to take the catch and forget about the stumping. And that's 2. And I just said it. You need wickets. And I'll just push them back a little further. 2 fresh batsmen in the wicket at this time. He'll really, really have this game turning into real interest to everyone.
Kudos to Malik here. He's really putting his back into it. He's really getting in there and looking to dislodge either Peter Singh or Krishna Haricharan. He should have gotten both dismissed because he had Peter Singh dropped and then Haricharan. Here's Malik again. Driven down the ground. One wonders if Malik and Sahadev are rooming together in the team's hotel.
No, somebody's going to be on the floor. And
Someone will have to sleep on the couch.
I don't think it's Malik.
One of the best guys to room with is Rajesh Sharma of Bollywood fame. This is in the air, and he could be in trouble. The fielder did take off late, and Malik is calling for the ball, looking for the run out. Look, Malik is not going to be happy. Look at him.
No, because they need wickets. You see, you need at least one fresh batsman, if not two, in the wicket, because remember they're going at a runner ball.
You get if you get a new batsman in, obviously the run rate will drop because they will have to get accustomed to the pace and bounce of the track, which, as we know, is difficult at this point in time. 37 without loss, but you can't fault Malik here. I think Qureshi will be happy with Malik on board so far. In the air, he's going to get 2. A good opening stand here by the Westindies. Umpire Venkat, not to be confused with Srinivas Venkataragavan. And I see our friend Mark is back. He'll be on commentary very soon. This is again down the ground. And only 1. 40 without loss. Don't think that Dr. Malik is a happy camper at this point in time. Yeah, so back to what I was telling you, Ivor. One of the best guys to room with is Rajesh Sharma. You know, he always takes care of whoever is rooming with him. He always has a nice soft drink for you. He keeps you good company at night.
Yes.
You know, he's a wonderful guy. You see, Sean Qureshi lines up to room with him. And you know they
come back for you over there.
they have good times. You know, they speak about they speak about cricket for the entire night. They share ideas. Yeah, Sharma, former Punjab player, you know.
Yes.
And these guys would have taught the United States up and down playing cricket. One remembered a very fun ride all the way from Fort Lauderdale to Chicago. When Sharma went missing on 3 occasions during that trip, they were driving up. I think they found him about 2 months later.
Did they find him in one piece?
Definitely. One piece. You know, lovely guy is Rajesh. Lovely, lovely guy. Always has a smile. Ball is outside the off stump, punched away. And Dr. Malik would not be happy with his own effort. That's 4 runs, you think? Well, there's a footballer. And Cristiano Ronaldo, in fact, he returns that delivery there now. And it cuts it down to, is it a 2? We haven't seen a 3.
Nope.
So Colin, a little bit too short on that occasion. He'll want to get a wicket here. Here he is. This delivery just too straight. He got some swing on that, and it signaled wide. Well taken by umpire Sahadev.
Well, if he was the umpire, he would have been giving the batsman out when he was dropping those behind us. So we'll leave him as the wicket keeper.
That was a good.
We'll give him a shot keeper. Give him back one change.
This time Board misses to his own fielding, so that's 1 more.
Yeah, when I see him, I must say, man, you're giving back one change as a shopkeeper.
Well, that's your friend, you know. You can poke fun at him.
Yeah, but those 2 easy drop catches there outside the off stump. For what I'm seeing,
Well,
diving left and right, and those simple ones.
But to be fair to him, though, those catches that comes off a flashing blade could be difficult as well. This time that's a handsome drive, a bit uppishly, but down the ground. Board and Hamad Malik, they're keeping it tight. The Westindies are not running away with it at this point in time. And Roddy will probably give us the information with runs required and balls remaining. I dare say I would not ask you to calculate that either. Pushed away on the offside again, no run. And the score remains 46 without loss.
Well, one strike away from the 50 partnership, or, well, I should say 50 runs on the board, because they might get to 50 and not being the partnership. The wicket might very well fall, because that's what they're in hunt of. The US All-Stars, the US Stars, they're in search of a wicket. They need a wicket badly, because it seems as if the West Indies Stars are making light work of this. They're not in any hurry, that's for sure.
So Peter Singh leading the fight, 27 of 25. He waits for board. Good finish to the over there by Colin Body. He has bowled 2 overs, none for 10. At the end of 8, it's 47 without loss.
Yes, he's covering up nicely, as if I have all day, all night, and he's not singing the song all day, all night.
One hopes that you don't sing the song, so that we can continue having this tournament and it would not be postponed to next season. Because when you sing, my brother, it rains and pours for days.
Okay, you asked me. You say I couldn't calculate it, but it's 72 from 72 balls.
Oh, excellent.
Never underestimate.
Excellent, sir. 72 of 72?
Yes.
Because the required rate is 6. I like your multiplication. Ivor Henry. Come on. Excellent. You sneaky guy. 47 without loss after 8 overs. And it's 72 from 72. And, you know, amongst all the fun and that we've had, you brought up a very, very important point early on when you said that once you can get new batsmen in, you know, the United States could be right back in this match because they're still in the game. They haven't allowed the West Indies to run away with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Change the dynamics. Anytime you lose a wicket, it's like it's a new beginning. And your two batters are comfortable.
Your good friend, Dr. Malik, is bowling from the swap shop end. And one hopes that he can enjoy the players' reception this evening. It takes place at the Embassy Suites. And they are sponsors of the tournament as well. We want to urge everyone to book at the Embassy Suites. You know, you have a lovely stay there. And they are part of the setup here for this tournament. And they're hosting the players and officials, including you, this evening at a reception, a welcome reception. I hope that Dr. Malik is there and you will have a nice word with him. Here is Dr. Malik. That's one more. Well, I intend to be at that reception with my good friend Rajesh Sharma, and both of us will be having a cold glass of water.
No, you told me he'd bring you soft drinks, so now you're going to go to water?
And that is how soft we are going. It says, Hoyt away, runs here. They should get one and only one. A misfield.
Not costly, though. He recovered well.
Well, it's 51 without loss now. Excellent opening partnership by Peter Singh and Krishna Haricharan.
Yes, and I think it's the best partnership of the tournament so far, so we have to keep check.
We'll stop there at cover. I want to say good evening to a good friend of mine. That's Mr. Tanveer Ahmad and his wife Abda, big supporters of cricket. This time he edges and he drops him again. Dr. Malik, today is not your day.
That one was a little more difficult though, but he should have held on. He was going further away to his left, but he got there. He should have held on.
Well. 52 without loss after 9. I dare say I'm enjoying this exchange. And Dr. Hamad Malik probably wondering, what am I doing here? I should be seeing my patients.
Shadio is a good wicket keeper. Trust me, even at this stage, you know, keeping up. He started keeping up from the onset to the medium pacer. And those are what he would take easily. Normally it's down the leg side for him to the right-handers. But he's already seeing outside the off stump to the southpaw, so he's not unsighted or anything.
Yeah.
So,
well, it seems as if Rizwan is going to take up the attack. Rizwan Mohammed
he's trying to console him, his teammate there.
calling board. And that is when the manager's instinct kicks in.
It's going to be too hard in the south. I guess all fingers going to be pointing to him now, saying, hey, we thought we was 12 runs short, but no. It couldn't be 12 runs short when you keep dropping the catches. If you would have taken those catches, let's say they go on to lose, they're going to point it to him. They're going to forget about what happened in the first inning.
Well, you know, normally in a team setting, if one player drops your catch, you might be upset with him, so you might not sit close to him for dinner on that one night. Sahadev has dropped so many catches, 3 off the same bowler, Hamad Malik. I think Malik may take him out for dinner.
And in the same area. But you know what I would have done? I would have employed a slip if I were the captain to help him out and encourage him. He knows, hey, I'm here now. I'm reminding you that something is coming your way.
This time, Rizwan tossing this delivery invitingly. I think young Qureshi told me he played a game with Rizwan yesterday. He scored a run on ball 30. Oh, that's a good delivery. That one had bite.
Yes, I umpired in that match yesterday.
You umpired in that game?
That same game, yes. One guy, Honey, he opened the batting with
Qureshi, yeah.
Qureshi.
Honey Gori.
And what Honey did, about the 12th over, with all of the overs left, it's a 20 over match. He's on 96.
Honey Gori?
For glory. And got caught out on the boundary. Who does that?
I guess it wasn't a sweet end for Honey.
96 he was on. You can just milk it with 12 overs to go.
Ah.
And he's going for glory and got caught on the boundary.
Well, definitely Honey went for Gori and he was dismissed for 96.
And he came up gooey.
Yep.
Good
player though.
But I like hundreds in my game. When I'm umpiring, you know, I like hundreds and so on.
Well, they tell me you like hundreds when you're bowling as well.
Off my bowling, huh?
Yesterday I saw one guy, Timothy Suraj Bali. I met him yesterday at Sawgrass, and he was telling me that I need to stop during commentary saying that he was struck for 5 sixes in a USA National. You will remember that, Ivor. He was struck for 5 sixes in an over. Yes. I said, why should I stop repeating that to the cricket public? He said, because I struck a guy for 5 sixes in a minor league match at the BRCC. So apparently that happened recently. I said, that still doesn't erase your exquisite bowling. Not a bad over at all here by Rizwan.
Right. Yeah, and by the way, they won the match quite easily yesterday. Rizwan was the captain of that team yesterday.
Well, Colin Board is giving some wicket-keeping lessons to Sahadev. Colin Board is normally a wicket-keeper batsman.
Yes.
So I think he's advertising to Qureshi that he can probably take the gloves at some point in the tournament. And basically, he's telling him, just get behind the line. That's the halfway stage. It's 54 without loss. We're going to take a short break. And Ivor Henry and I will continue the fun very shortly. Well, welcome back as we continue our coverage here of this U.S. Open. Sorry, I'm saying U.S. Open, but this Legends tournament. And the score is 54 without loss after 10 overs. Nasir Charlie Javid is going to take up the attack now. The former Pakistan player. Here he is, the leg spinner. Pitching immediately. And he, of course, would have gotten the scalps of players like Viv Richards without scoring, he tells me. And I did check it. It is true. In Rawalpindi in 1988, he also got rid of Jeffrey Dujon, but Dujon had scored a century. Winston Benjamin after he got 89.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if he's going to take this one. He's dancing. He takes
And
it.
he's out. So Charlie strikes, and the Westindies lose their first wicket. The dangerous Peter Singh leaves to 30, ending a partnership of 54. And Nasir Charlie can add Peter Singh to the scalp of Viv Richards as he walks off.
Yes, well, that was not an easy catch, but it was a great catch in the end. He's coming off the boundary. It was about three-quarter way in. The ball had the height, never the distance. He judged it well. And first scalp down, they're going to be in need of wickets. They needed that break, probably to recuperate. And the instructions from the dugout for the batsmen were, get on with it. Because all of a sudden, they were playing the last over, the 10th over, only 2 runs coming from it because they were just pushing the ball around.
And there's the issue, Ivor. You know, they were going close to a run of ball, but Charlie came in, he got the wicket. We have been saying that once they can get wickets, they are going to put a new batsman under pressure. 65 or 58. So actually more runs needed than balls that are there. In a normal scenario, that's very gettable. They have 9 wickets in hand. Now Joseph Buffon comes in at number 3. And let's see how he goes about his play. But I'll tell you something. Nasir Charlie is not to be underestimated. Here he is. The coach of the Florida Beamers playing in this Legends tournament. Of course, he would have played for the United States as well, Nasir Charlie.
Vice captain at that. He attained that position, vice captain. This time he's swinging this one into the onside. There's runs here.
Good quality player. Charlie has moved on in age, but
oh, he loves this cricket, Mr. Cricket.
Tells me that he practices very often at the BRCC. He's also one of the coaches attached to Zishon Qureshi. So if I may just look at the field, there's a short third man, point, cover, long off on the boundary and a sweeper. That's the offside field. And that one was tossed up tantalizingly there by Javid. And on the onside, there is a straightest mid wicket, square leg, backward square leg. There is a deep mid wicket in Colin Moore on the boundary and a long one. Here's Javid. So Nasir Charlie Javid has responded nicely for the United States. 1 for 1 after his over. The Westindies 55 for 1 after 11. Peter Singh, the last batsman, dismissed for 30, and they're chasing 119.
Yes, good over there. Good change here by skipper Qureshi, bringing in Charlie after probably a talk at the halfway mark. And Charlie must have put up his hands and said, "We need wickets. I'll give me the ball, skipper, and I think I'll do magic for you." And he already started 1 for 1.
Seems as if Rizwan is going to continue from the far end. Harry Charan is there now. He has to take over from Singh. Singh batted aggressively for 30. He has to now take over 9 overs to go, 64 required. Harry Tran has been in there for quite a long time, 18 of 32 deliveries. It's time he's
Here's
down the
instruction
ground.
again, and look at this. You have to take those.
Wow. So he's dropped. Now they say one, you get one, and another one follows.
One
That
brings
could have
two.
been, that could have been the story there, Ivor.
Yes, you have to take those, and that's the set batsman. So that's the batter that you need. Every opportunity you get, you have to take them. They're not going to come easy, but you've got to put the opponent under pressure by taking wickets. Nothing put you further behind the clock than losing wickets.
So we have joining us Mark Stoneman. He will be in the commentary position after over number 15. And hopefully he's probably thinking that when he comes in, he will be able to usher his team to victory as the United States.
Yeah.
So Rizwan Mohammed had a good first over, just the 4 runs.
But do you think that would be fair play? This time again, in the air, has the height, never the distance. Oh my goodness, the keeper backed off of it.
Again,
That's the problem we have with the keeper. It was the wicket keeper's catch, but because he'd been putting them down, he backed off.
Colin Ball is going up to him to tell him that he should have
Yes,
been the one to approach.
It was the wicket keeper's catch.
Yes.
Keeper's call. Keeper's call.
I think he's low on confidence.
Yes,
and
he's low on confidence.
rightfully so. So
He
this
just
is
didn't want to put a third one down, so he just
A fourth.
ducked out of it.
a 4th one. He dropped
Yes.
Hamad. He dropped 3 catches off Hamad's bowling. Here's Rizwan again.
And in order for them to win, they're going to have to be taking wickets.
Well, the Westindies seem to be looking to push on now. 2 more on that occasion there to Harry Charan, who seems to be tiring a bit. It's very hot out there. When Mark comes in, we will ask him about the weather. He has been going out with the drinks today. He tells me they're saving him for tomorrow's clash.
But that's a wide. But that's a question I was asking you. You say he's going to come on in, but you have 11 guys out there. He's going to come on in to make 12. Is it fair to have 12 against... Okay, I rest my case.
So I think we're going to have a very exciting finish to this game. 61 for 1. Arjan has a role here.
It would be exciting if they take the catches, because the batters are not going to just let the ball go into the sticks. So I am not sure they're not taking any chances with the running between the wickets. So you're not going to expect to get too many run outs. But the instructions you can see from here is to get it on. And most of the time, getting on means hitting the ball in the air. So, what the captain should be saying down there right now, everybody is in play. Everybody's in play. The ball is coming to you. Everybody. A catch is coming. A catch is coming.
Definitely, with the chances being taken now, it can go to anyone. You're quite right there, Ivor. At the end of 12, 62 for 1.
Well, the partnership has gone to 8, and the first wicket would have realized over 50 in the partnership. That was good. Like you said, the tournament has so far, and the first day has lived up or surpassed expectation. I'll say that. Remember, for the folks who are listening in, it's a Legends competition. You're qualified to make the team if you're 50 years and older.
Well, the 2 players 45 and over can also play. So that means that you and Mark would have qualified. It's Charlie. I like the look of Buffon. He looks to be one of those players who likes to get it going.
Well, that's instructions. It's obvious that's instruction. Guys, let's get this game over with. Hit the shower and get ready for the buffet tonight.
Yes. I'm sure Mark will be there. Down the ground, that's coming towards us, and it's 6 runs. A mighty swing there by Buffon. Now, in a game as tight as this, a little cameo from anyone could tilt the balance towards the Westindies here. And Qureshi and Charlie has to be very careful. Buffon could come in here and play a cameo that could take the game away from them.
Yeah, that's instructions. You can see it from the 11th over. Let's get on with it.
Good comeback there by Charlie.
Shadio has been a letdown to himself. I know that. He's going to be hard on himself. He sets high standards. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, that's a beauty.
He's gone.
Beautiful delivery there by Charlie, and that is what experience brings. He's a class bowler, and all he did was to hold that one back a bit and put a little more revs on it, and that's the end of Buffon.
And everybody's coming to console Shadio because they realize that he was having a bad day. I just said it. He's going to be hard on himself because he sets high standard, and this would just
lift him, and rightfully so. You know, we've been hard on him. Well, not really hard, but we've been describing his indiscretions. So we must congratulate him for a fine bit of stumping.
Quick stump.
It was
really quick. It was a good delivery, leaving the batsman flighted, floated up, started about middle and off, and dragged the batsman down. It's like hit me, and it always bewildered me. Why would you leave from where you are, go down to meet the ball, the same ball that if you would have stood there, pass you? So if you stayed here, he would have passed you.
Well, I think he was trying to get to the pitch of it, but what Charlie did was to pull it back, so he was never going to reach it. I think that is what led to the dismissal.
If you're not reaching it, why not block it? Because if it passes you and you're down there, the chances are you're going to be out. So when you're coming, you have to come with the second line of defense.
Yep.
You're not supposed to run past a ball.
Well, I think had he been a little more fleet-footed as well, he probably left home too early, and Charlie saw it.
That too.
Here's Charlie. He's now going to bowl to Salim Sattar, double S.
So could we say that Charlie, is his tail is down or is up?
His tail seems to be up.
Okay, he's up in his head. He has a ponytail.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. Oh, Charlie, sport your ponytail. Nicely flighted. Bang into the offside. Just for one though.
And you can just feel that the United States team think that they're back in this contest. Yeah, they were never totally out. But wickets are falling now.
Still maintaining they were 10, 12 runs short. But if they would have taken the catches that would have afforded them 3 by the keeper, I have to say 4 because he should have taken that one. Ridgewell should have taken the one that came back to him. It was hit hard, but you're the bowler. You must know when you're bowling, it's like shooting pool. You know, if you hit the side of this ball, you're go into that pocket. So when you're bowling, you should expect that a bowling caught chance. What you said about Rajic when he's bowling, you just told me that.
Yeah.
He always look for his bowling caught.
He's an excellent athlete, good fielder to his own bowling. It's the end of the over, the end of 13, it's 70 for 2.
I think he's going to go up into the 19th, 20th over by the look of things. Your man of business, Buffon, if he was there, he would have ended it at 18. But now that he's gone, I'm not too sure that Harry-Chan is going to be upping the ante anytime soon.
Well, they require 49 of 7 overs. So they don't have to go totally crazy. They could bat sensibly, and this is why Harry-Chan needs to just probably knock it around, let the others go, and be the cornerstone of the innings, as he's showing there.
See the difference with the wicketkeeper? He's alert now. You see that? He has spring in his heels now.
He has a pep in his step.
Yes. There's a big difference.
Mr. Sadio is now showing off.
His confidence is back. Yes. Oh no, sloppy.
And now his good friend Hamad Malik misfields.
He's been doing that all day. Remember the very first ball that went to him, he tried with his foot. Then he would have learned, started stopping him with his hands. And then about 4 overs ago, he tried his foot again. Missed. Now he's trying his foot again. Did he hit him? I see him is hunching over.
Really great guy, Hamad Malik. Loves this game. And I'm sure he's going to come back into the attack because he had 3 good overs. Outside the off some cutaway uppishly, but there is protection down there. And the phone.
Oh, he's wasting time.
Yep. It took a bit too long to release that ball.
Mm-hmm. That's good running. So let's give the batters some credit there. Alert, heads up running. He was down there playing with the ball, and they scampered for the first single.
Good delivery again by Rizwan. Just pushing forward. He's being struck outside the line.
Now they're attacking with a slip. That's the way to go. You need wickets. Good captaincy. Get the slip in there. Put some pressure on the batsman. Make him think. And Qureshi himself is alert, right? They're keeping company with square leg umpire.
United States. Yeah, sorry, Ivor. United States were never out of this game. At the end of 14, it's 73. 46 of 36. And it's getting a bit dicey for the West Indies in terms of the required run rate.
Yes, they're going to have to target the bowler. That's what's going to happen. They're going to need one big over, maybe about a 12 or 15 off and over, to really get back in their comfort zone. But we've been asking for this. Get the run rate and push it up to about 9. Let's hope it's not 2 overs too late.
Well, Mohammed has done his job. 3 overs, none for 12. Nasser Charlie, 2 for 9 of 2. And Charlie is going to prove to be the key. I think Qureshi is going to bowl him right out. He's going to go for the jugular.
Yes, he's a wicket taker, Charlie.
Yep.
And we said it earlier. Once you're flipping the ball from the back of the hand, is the hardest art in cricket. But Charlie is now playing soccer again, Charlie. These cricketers not using their hands, they're using their boot.
Well done, Charlie.
Yes, Charlie pull out his size 12.
Yes. Commitment.
In the air.
Well, they're going to go back for 2. That's good running. That's excellent running. Good return as well. Good return as well. So that's 2.
Good heads up running again.
We're heading to was a really exciting finish here, Ivor.
Yes. They're trying to target Charlie. They're not getting a hold of it. The spin is going into the batsman pads. He should have been able to do a little bit more with that. But the wing of fieldsman is in the onside, so he's flirting with danger. See, he's flirting with danger. Like I said, he's flirting with danger.
And he's all caught. A magnificent catch. And Nasser Charlie Javed has struck again his 3rd wicket. And the stubborn Krishna Haricharan goes for 26 of 41. And our good friend Mark Stoneman is jumping up and down in the commentary box as his team has taken a 3rd wicket. 75 now for the loss of 3.
Did I just say he's flirting with danger? The ring of fieldsman on the onside, and he's going in that direction, and Charlie's bowling into his body. They're not reading the game. So the West Indies, they're falling apart here, but the West Indies and the U.S. Stars are doing exactly what is required. You have got to take wickets. Forget about bowling 20 overs. You called it right. Charlie has got to bowl through. Whether he get sticks or licks, he's a wicket taker. So you need wickets.
Well, it seems as if Mahindra Nagamutu is going to go out there, the former Guyana and the West Indies all-rounder. He got 2 for 32 off his 4. And if Nagamutu gets going here, this game could really turn towards the West Indies as well. Now, I'll put the United States slightly ahead at this point in time, Ivor. I don't know how you read it.
I'm checking the size of my nose to see if they're out by a nose. So I'll say they're out by a nose. I measured it. Yes.
So it's going to be Charlie to continue.
Well, it's getting really, really interesting. And this is the way the game should be, really. It's not a one-sided affair. So far, they've come back well, having realized over 50-wicket partnership in the first 10. And now here they are now hoovering around wickets. They need another 7. They need a further 7. Can that be done? I'm not thinking 20 if I were the US Stars. I am thinking 7 wickets. Will Charlie be the man to do that? He has 3 under his belt. Which one has got to come good? I don't think Dots are going to do it because the running was good between the wickets. So let's see if they continue with that.
Charlie, you got 5 wickets in the Mark T10 USA National. Good delivery. That was a googly. And pushed away on the offside. Really good bowling from Charlie. He's a quiet man, Charlie. He doesn't like to speak too much. Zishan would say otherwise, but I think after this spell, it's going to be difficult to keep Charlie quiet.
Well, he has another over left, but they've got to get the required run rate up to 9. Hovering on 10.
Great delivery again there by Charlie. It's the end of the over, is it? No.
No, not as yet.
And he's running away, but he still has 1 delivery to go. 76 for the loss of 3. Can the Westindies pull it off from here? Here's Charlie. Cracked away a lovely bit of fielding there at a point. And that keeps the score down. So it's the end of the over now? Yes, I think it's the end. As it's 77 for 3 after 15. After more thoughts from Ivor Henry, we will be joined by Mark Stoneman.
Yes, it's 43 from 31. So we're from 30, as a matter of fact. I'm saying that even Stephen, but if the batting normally, I'm going to use your phrase now. Normally, in this situation, it's a batter's game. Because, you know, the party would be starting maybe in the next 2-3 overs with wickets in the hot. But
before you run away, though, Ivor, call this game. Who you think going to win it?
I'm going to stick with the batting team for now because Charlie has put pressure on the bowlers who are going to be coming. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be able to bowl as well as Charlie.
Charlie's excellent, yeah. So I want to thank Ivor for that. But so Ivor is saying that the United States will win. After careful consideration, I think it's either the West Indies or the United States will win this game. And I give that a lot of thought. Welcome, Mark. You're smiling this afternoon.
Nice to be back.
Here's Rizwan, a short delivery, hiked away down to a deep mid wicket for 1. Your team seems to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think it's early on you saw the kind of run rate and current run rate flipped. And I think it's in a good position now.
8.5. Ivor is calling for 9.
Yeah, I think we're going to get there. I'm more optimistic than my partner here. I think the U.S. is going to win this one.
Okay, good.
So,
I'll give it some more thought.
Yeah. Well, give it another half hour or so, and then we'll let you know.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
it's going to be Rizwan. He has bowled well, keeping the West Indies very, very quiet. A misfield, and this is what you don't want at this point in time, Mark Qureshi. And that's 1 more.
But just singles were not going to do it here. They need to get some boundaries, and otherwise they're going to run out of time.
Well, once Mahendra Nagamutu is there, the boundaries can come, and that's the danger. Salim Sattar is facing at this point in time.
Oh.
So I think Rizwan will be happy with giving away just a single. So it's 80 for 3. This is over number 16. Nagamutu on strike now.
So let's see. You think he's ready to explode for some runs here, huh?
Well, he has to go. Rizwan bowls, and again, Nagamutu just getting a few deliveries to.
I think you need a nice pace bowler to really put it out there. I don't think it's not easy to do with these spinners.
Easy.
Singles are fine.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, kind of a risky throw there. Keeper did a good job grabbing.
But that was Hamad Malik throwing to his favorite player, Mahadeo.
Yeah.
I think they're great friends now. After you can't drop 3 catches off one bowler and not be friends with him.
You see, Mac had a lot of trust. He kept his hands on his hip. He wasn't even moving. He knew the keeper would get that. It's right up the middle. They're going to stay for a single, though. And this is fine. You just keep chipping away at this.
So it's 82 for 3 after 16. And 37 runs required of 24 balls. I dare say the United States are ahead at this point in time. Rizwan completes a good spell. 4 overs and none for 17. So he has done his job. And this is key. Nasir Charlie has his last over.
Yeah. So let's see what New Jersey Charlie does here.
Yeah.
And do you think he's from New Jersey?
I love that. N.J. Charlie. New Jersey Charlie. That's his new name.
I just figured that was where he's from.
Well, he's actually from Pakistan. New Jersey Charlie. That's his name. So
Please don't tell him that.
I love that. I'm going to say Mark Stoneman has given you the name New Jersey Charlie. He's going to laugh. So on strike is Sattar. Mark is confident that his team can run away with this game. It'll be good to have an opening win for the United States, the host of this tournament. It'll go a long way in trying to get them to the finals on Thursday. Charlie bowls, and this is slashed away through the offside.
Fielder's there, good to keep it to a single. Both these batsmen are taking advantage of their time. They're getting some good hits, but just not hitting the boundaries. The wind is still pretty good out there, and anything hit to the, I guess, kind of to the west of us is going to get an extra couple yards.
Yep. And Nagamutu is on strike. He's left-handed, and he can hit it to the west.
Yeah.
If he does that, Charlie's going to turn the ball into him. So he has everything working in his favor. 4 fielders on the offside, and we have 5 on the on. There is a deep mid-wicket, and there another fielder at cow corner as Javid bowls, and Nagamutu is going to go down that direction. Unlucky, that one crashing into the pads.
That was the ball. That was a good one to hit. Right. Oh.
And put down. Mark Qureshi, not his best effort.
Hey, he stopped it at least.
And his good friend Mark is saying that at least he stopped it. Charlie could have gotten 4. New Jersey Charlie.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to talk to Mac about that one.
I think they're going to have a conference after. So Charlie's just teasing the batsmen.
And they're staying for a single. Good throw.
3 for 16. What a spell. I think Charlie has been the difference here between the two teams.
Oh.
Big swing and a miss there from Nakas.
They have not figured out New Jersey Charlie yet.
No. He's a mystery.
Yes.
New Jersey Charlie from Lahore, Pakistan is a mystery. Lovely shot through the offside. And Nagamutu is going to easily go back for 2.
All right, so that's 17 overs.
Yep.
87 for 3.
A word on Charlie's bowling there. Your favorite player, New Jersey Charlie. 3 for 18 on 4, Mark. Excellent.
No disrespect, but prior to this tournament, we did a lot of WhatsApp chats with the USA team, and then I don't know these guys that well, but I saw New Jersey Charlie kind of as I just thought he was a gentleman from New Jersey, NJ Charlie.
NJ Charlie.
So
he's not from New Jersey, but
it's a beautiful state. But I think I owe him an apology when I see him.
I don't think so. I think he would take it in good stride. So New Jersey Charlie. Well, New Jersey is very close to Pakistan, so it's not an issue. 3 of us to go, 32 required, or better than that, 32 of 18. Now, if they can land 2 sixes here early in this over, there could be some flutters in the tummies of the United States fans and players.
You got the run rate they need, almost 11 at this point. So it's you're talking about 2 boundaries now, probably. But this is a confidence booster for the USA team because these guys know each other, but it's not like they play every weekend. And so this team was put together by Mac and his team, the coaches, and I think they've done a pretty good job in their first outing of this tournament.
Outside the offside man, that's an edge. Goes down to short third man. Charlie is there. $31 to get off 17.
This is Anwar's first over, so what do we expect to see out of him?
Well, I was very surprised that Anwar comes in now at this point in time because for his first over, given the fact that there are other bowlers who would have performed well, and at this point in the game, Mac Qureshi has to be careful. You don't want to give the West Indies a look in at this point in time.
Seemed to be on the leg side, but he hit it enough to score a run.
Yeah, leg by.
No damage there. You need 30 out of 16 at this point. Oh.
He's gone. He's out, caught behind, looking to crash this through the offside. There was Salim Sattar, and the wicket has fallen. Anwar Ahmad gets a wicket in his first over, and now the equation gets even more difficult for the West Indies. They require 30, with now 6 wickets in hand.
What a fantastic result for your first over out there. They're gonna be mad they didn't get him out earlier to bowl a couple more overs.
And with 2 matches at least, well, 3 matches. Everyone has 3 matches again.
Yeah.
2 to round off preliminary play, and then into the playoffs. Either you're battling for the title, number 1 versus number 2, or you're playing for the 3rd place playoff.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we're playing late Thursday. That would mean that we're battling for the title.
Yes. Vijay Sivanarayan, who bowled pretty well when the West Indies were in the field, will now try to hit some lusty blows. He's in there with Nagamutu. It's going to be Ahmad. He has taken a wicket already. Just 3 balls he has bowled.
3 balls left.
As Mark was saying earlier on, the singles is not a problem.
Now you kind of like them, actually, because you know where the ball... you know you're limited to the amount of runs, so... I think it takes a batsman a couple deliveries to get the feel for things, so that buys us time, the U.S. team time, as we're getting closer to the 20th over. Big swing and a miss.
So Nagamutu not able to get it away as he would like. It's the end of the over there, Mark. 2 overs to go.
Yes, sir. It's 90 for 4.
Yeah, 91. And,
91? Yeah. 91
so,
for 4.
14 runs and over required now.
Now this gets exciting because it puts the pressure on the batting team. They got to start doing something. You can't just you just can't take any dots and you can't hit singles. Do you want to change your prediction now, Henry?
When I made a prediction, based on what was on screen, but this 18th over killed it.
Well, Colin Board is going to take up the attack now from the southern end.
And they wouldn't score more than 8 runs from this over. So you're going to mean they're going to score about 16 runs in the last over. I give them the most 8 runs from this over. Most.
So 91 for 4. 2 overs to go. And the United States are in pole position to collect their first points. But you can't discount the West Indies. 14 required in an over. Colin Board is going to bowl the penultimate over, which is such an important over in a T20 match because it sets up the final over. Colin would have just been in St. Kitts with the Trinbago Knight Riders team, so he was telling me that he did have did bowl a few to the Trinbago batsmen, the Knight Riders batsmen. So he's been fit.
Yeah. What a great gentleman. He's been good to get to know in this tournament. I appreciate his friendship now, and he's bringing it on the field, isn't he? He just doesn't talk the talk, but he walks it too.
He's a very busy man, you know. Yeah. They call him Mr. Pace. A lot of pace. Colin Board. Taking his time to set his field. And he's going to bowl his medium pace to Mahendra Nagamutu. So here's Colin Board to Nagamutu. Nagamutu hits him away, and that's 6 runs.
That is 6.
There is life still in this game. And Mark, 6 runs.
Yeah. Well, that's what they need to do. You can tell Colin was expecting something because he backed up his fielders to the ropes.
Yeah, well, definitely, they have to go.
So he was... let's see if he gives them something different, a different look this time around.
Then what Colin needs to do is to bowl full and wide. Let him fetch it.
Yeah.
You don't want to bowl straight as you did.
Nothing in the body.
Yeah, he is here. That's the idea. That's better. He could be out here. Could he be 6 more?
Another 6.
Well, Mahendra Nagamutu, can he bring it home for the West Indies?
Just like that, things switch quickly.
$16 required of 10 deliveries. And that's the 100 up. Nagamutu came in. He bided his time. He got the pace and the bounce of the track. And now he is letting loose. A dangerous player. Mahendra Nagamutu, I've been saying that for the entire day. And Colin Board. He's now going to go around the wicket, is he? Yes. He's going to go around the wicket to Nagamutu. He comes in now, bowls outside. That's a wide. And they're going to take a single, will they? No. Yeah, so
There's our wide call, and but he, that's what he needs to do. He needs to put it on that side. Maybe not that wide, but make him reach for it a little bit. Don't give him anything in the wheelhouse.
So here's the board again. He comes in balls, and this is down the ground. It's a 6 more, is it? Yes, it is. 6 more. Colin Board has been struck for 3 sixes of 3 deliveries, and Mahendra Nagamutu, the man from Georgetown in Guyana, could bring this home for the West Indies.
You just need one for one now, right?
9
for 9.
from 9.
9 for 9.
Once Nagamutu stays there, it's going to be pressure. Board again. He hits
there's
him.
Another one that's going to be caught, though.
And
what
he's
an out.
dropped.
What an out.
They needed to take that catch, and it has been dropped.
Oh, what a drop.
More importantly, it would have been a dot ball. Had the catch been taken.
That would have been good.
So 8 from 8. Nagamutu 26 of 15. Nelson now 111 for 4. Everyone, including Mark Stoneman, is at the edge of their seats here. And this is what you want to see. Exciting cricket at the Legends World Cup. Here's Board again. This is a better delivery.
Oh.
And they're going to take 2 at least. Charlie gives chase. So it's going to be 6 to get off 7.
That might be better than keeping Mahendra back on strike. 2 might be a good thing in that case. Take him off strike.
What a game we have on our hands here. Here's Board again. Down the leg side, swung away for 4. What an over here by the West Indies. It's now 117 for 4. 2 runs required.
6 balls.
And the last over to come, Colin Board will never forget this over. 3 overs for 36. Ooh. And it's all happening here at the Central Broward Regional Park.
Well, you guys called it. You said there was one loose bowler, and they'd make him pay. They certainly did. So credit to West Indies for coming back, and we'll see what happens in this last over.
So 2 runs required of the last over.
This is going to leave a bitter taste in the USA's mouth, knowing that they had a really good shot.
Yes, they had this game.
Yeah.
But you cannot discount a player of the ability and class of Mahendra Nagamutu. So 2 to win of 6 balls. Mark Stoneman, is there another twist?
I'll let you know in a few minutes.
Here's Anwar. And he strikes this away. A mighty blow. Mahendra Nagamutu, you beauty. He ends the match with a 6. 123 for 4. And Mahendra Nagamutu took 2 for 32. When he bowled, he has given them back the 32 runs.
Yeah.
He scored 32 not out. The United States had victory in their grasp.
We had it. That's the game of cricket, though.
Yes.
We had a run rate going into 18 of over 11, and look what happened.
Yep.
Amazing.
Well, I guess Mark Stoneman will be lining up to come in tomorrow to play to see if he can revive his team's fortune. Anwar Ahmad struck for 6 to end the game. Nagamutu 32 not out of 16 deliveries. What an effort. And Stephen Ryan, a mere spectator at the other end, 7 of 3. He did his part, and that's the scorecard. Peter Singh, 30. Krishna Haricharan, 26. Joseph Buffon, he made 8. Salim Sattar, 10. Mahendra Nagamutu, the star of the show, 32 not out of 16 deliveries. And Vijay Sivnarayan, 7 not out. 123 for 4. And, of course, let's have a look at the bowling figures. Nasir Charlie, one feels for him. He really tried his best. 4 overs, 3 for 18. Rizwan Mohammed also did well. 4 overs, none for 17. And the others, Kiani, 2 overs for 18. Tariq Hussain, 2 overs for 10. Ahmad Malik, 3 overs, none for 14. Colin Board went around the park today, 3 overs, none for 36. And Anwar Ahmad, 1.1, 1 for 9. Final thoughts from Mark Stoneman.
Well, what a match. It was everything we expected. Westindies was not just going to go to sleep at the end there. They proved that they're a really, really strong team. And just gives USA needs to regroup overnight, come back strong against we're playing India tomorrow morning, 9:30 at Mike TV.
Yep. And the West Indies Stars winning by 6 wickets as we continue the Hall of Fame Legends World Cup Series. And we bid you a goodbye from the Central Broward Regional Park. Remember, join us again tomorrow as we continue coverage on day 2.